listeners are as important as our guests. Join in on the conversation. 504-341-8255. The New Orleans Talk Network. Listeners are as important as our guests. Join in on the conversation. 504-341-8255. The New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Y'all know how it's going down. Skip, chicken and watermelon on New Orleans Talk Network. Boom. Let's go.
Holla at you, man. In the app with us. And we gonna make this thing on the top of New Orleans Talk Network. Real fans talk about real sports. Get it, G. And not only sports, it's everyday activity in life, man.
Yo, what's up? It's Poogle Williams. 2017 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.
My name is Jaquan Jackson, SMU commit, and you're tuning into FanView.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayoU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with G Sports. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money! money.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe.
Yeah. Turn down for what? Yeah. Turn down for what?
That time, oh boy, it's that time again. It's that time. Welcome everybody. Welcome to FanView Real Fans Talk Sports on the New Orleans Talk Network. Listen to your boy Fred.
G Sports in the building, man.
Coach Hurricane here once again. Good to have you back, man. Y'all out of town. You're in Miami. You're dipping off. You're doing the circuit for basketball. I mean, G Sports all over the place.
A little working, man. Little work. Ain't nothing too special.
I call South Beach special, baby. I don't know about you.
That was a little birthday turn up.
You know what I'm saying? I see you and boy Timo on the little scooters. Yeah, I don't even riding around. I don't even know what was the technical term on it. I wanted to say the T-Rexes, but they wasn't the T-Rexes. They ride around in shirtless and everything. Yeah, man. Feeling themselves. Vacation. Oh Lord. Work hard, play hard, baby. That's how you do it.
You gotta enjoy your life sometimes.
Facts. But listen, thank you for everybody for tuning in. Listen to FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. Listen, everyone tune into New Orleans Talk Network. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram at NOTN Talk. Follow New Orleans Talk Network on YouTube. New Orleans Talk Network. Follow New Orleans Talk Network at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com. We have more than just this show here, but y'all know what we have to get into for the next 2 hours. We got to break down what's been going on for the past week. Melo, Kawhi, football, you name it. But listen, before I start this show, I always get a shout out and salute to the armed forces. Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, first responders, local police department, local fire department, Coast Guard.
Damn, man, you was doing good. You hit them 2 weeks in a row, and then you come back to bleach, man.
He bad.
Every now and then it happens. But listen, thank you guys so much for the services that y'all do for us as citizens. I can't thank y'all enough. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts from New Orleans Talk Network and FanView. Thank you guys. Big shout out, salute to y'all. But listen, for people who've been tuning into sports, big time trade that just happened about an hour ago in the world of the NBA. Carmelo Anthony gets traded to the Hawks for Dennis Schroeder. There's actually been a 3-team trade because the 76ers actually got into the trade too and ended up getting the center, Mike Muscala. Melo goes to the Hawks for a protected first-round pick also for the 2023 season. And Dennis Schroeder goes over to OKC.
Shout out to Sam Preston, man. He making it happen. They saved, the OKC saved over $100 million by getting rid of Carmelo's contract.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam Preston just doing his thing. And then you get Dennis Schroeder in return. A real solid point guard.
When you got a guy like that to me, who can back up Westbrook, who could probably give you 10, 12, 15 points, and he's now on a high deal. For people who don't know, Dennis Schroeder's going to make about $15 million a year for the next 3 years. It's not a bad contract for a backup point guard. Somebody who come off the bench, somebody who could be your sixth man. Not a bad situation, but you get rid of Melo, and you don't have to buy him out. Got to give a shout to Sean Preston, man.
Well, to me, it's two winners in this. Melo still is going to get bought out, but the ultimate winner is the Thunder because, first of all, you got somebody to back up Westbrook, somebody that can control the second unit, something that they hadn't had since James Harden. That can he doesn't have the good shot, but he's dynamic and finishing at the rim. Right. To me, he's a more athletic version of Reggie Jackson, especially you getting him, now that he got some years underneath his belt. Then you save your owner some money because now he's not the one that got to pay the $27 million to buy out Melo. So you got something in return. You got him off your books. Ultimate win from them. And then the Sixers are jumping there. Mike Muscala is not going to wow you or anything, but you need a body.
Facts.
You need a body that can, what Philly's doing with the youth movement. They're big heavy, but most of their bigs are specialty players. They do. It's something that they excel. Like Sarge is a 6'10" guy, but he's a shooter.
Yeah.
Outside of Embiid and Simmons, who's on your first line, you don't have no other rebounder. Well, Muscala is a more than adequate rebounder, but the Hawks. I think they starting to take and roll early because you had to get rid of Schroeder because you drafted Trae Young in the first round. So get that out the way. You don't want no young guy, especially a lottery pick that you traded for too.
Right.
To come into like a kind of toxic situation. So all in all, the ultimate winner is the Thunder. But then the second winner would be Melo because he still is going to get bought out, and it looks like. Houston is the final destination.
It's still going to be the destination. And I think what the Hawks decide to do, they're the team that had the cap room. And they want to start Trae Young. They want to start that process. They've been trying to move Schroeder. They couldn't find a partner I've been reading reports on Twitter. They've been trying to find a partner for some time now. Taking in Melo, agreeing to make that buyout happen. Moving forward, you're going to start Trae Young. You got Bazemore down there. So you're going to say to yourself, look, this is going to be our team going forward. And that's how you're going to move about it. The Thunder, I can't give enough props to Sam Preston for making that move. You re-sign Paul George. You don't have to buy out Melo. You get a backup point guard.
And you got money.
And you got money.
So you could be a player next year in the offseason.
Yeah. I mean, P.J. Brown said Melo needs to retire. Pop Singleton said, man, he needs to retire. His value has gone down.
That's Pop, the AAU coach?
Yeah.
I see it, baby.
I see you. The only one.
His program, they just won nationals, man, in Orlando, man. Shout out to them, man.
You know why? You know why? You see that last name?
Singleton, baby.
We breed great coaches, man. We might be kinfolk.
He also says the only one in the game that still want to run ISO. Well, they got maybe a couple of more who want to run some ISO.
Not like Melo.
Not like Melo, though.
Melo and then Boogie. And then the ball stops there, literally.
Fred McDowell said, I think if Melo played in the post, he could be a good player for any team he played for.
The thing about he was dynamic in the post, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you good, you good.
But I just think when he used to post up players, man, oh my gosh. Because it opens up his whole offense. Because now you start to sag off of him because you trying to establish good pole position. Because he's a big body.
Yeah,
he's a big body, and then that's when his mid-range and stuff got to going. You know what I'm saying? But if I think with Fred on it is real good. The only problem is, will he do that? That's the thing. Right. Will he commit to going back to quote unquote Denver Melo, starting out in the post, then working my way out?
Go ahead, G.
Man, OKC saved over $70-something million by doing this, by getting this deal done to get rid of Melo.
Not this year. You talking about
like over the long haul, over the 3 years? They saving over $70 million, bro. They was gonna be well over the luxury tax.
Mm-hmm. Which,
they're gonna have a $300 million payroll, the most in NBA history. For Sam Presti to pull his off, it just speaks volumes of what he's doing, and then get Dennis Schroeder in return for $15 million.
$15 million a year.
That's a bargain. That's a bargain.
And he's on a multi-year contract too.
He has 3 years left on that deal.
And I think that from the stuff I've been reading, that Billy Donovan have plans for Dennis Schroeder to start the point and move Westbrook to the 2. So that's some of the things that I'm hearing. And Roberson, who got injured last year, going to the playoffs, will pay the 3.
Self-check,
Paul George, or they might put Roberson at the 4. They like Roberson because Roberson can stick the 4 or 3 wings, stuff like that. Steven Adams at the center.
Right.
So that's what I think that's what they're looking to do. So that remains to be seen how they're going to do.
They re-signed Jeremy Grant this offseason.
Right, Jeremy Grant. But I think Jeremy Grant's going to be one of those guys that come
off the bench. Yeah. Come off the bench.
But see, to me, I think you put Schroeder in. Put him on a second unit.
But I mean,
because your bench is, you know what I'm saying. You got to, especially in the West. Mm-hmm. Now, you know what I'm saying. One of the great things about the Rockets, I kept raving about all year. They bench.
Right.
The Warriors, up until last year, the bench. That's what everybody's going to now. You got to have a solid bench, or you'll just be another Timberwolves team.
Right.
A great starting 5, and shit water everywhere else.
But I think some of the things that Billy Donovan and Sam Presti talked about over this offseason is moving Westbrook off the ball. And I think that is the smart thing to do. You bring Schroeder in, let Schroeder be the 1, and let Westbrook play off the ball. I think that'll be better for him long term. I think that'll be better for him and Paul George to be able to coexist. That's still rumors that's what they're looking to do, to put Schroeder at the 1 and let him start. So we're going to see how that goes. But I think it'll be an excellent move to move Westbrook off the ball, because I've been saying for the longest, he's not a point guard. I mean, don't let the assist fool you. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. So it's gonna be real disheartening for me when I see Carmelo signing with the Houston Rockets coming to the bottom of my screen, though. I'm hoping there are more of them. Don't make this happen. Him and the Miami Heat met up in Vegas this past week. Miami Heat is a clear-cut one of his favorite teams. But I think with him and Chris Paul relationship and the fact that the Rockets was up 3-2 in the Warriors, had a chance to go to the finals, I think that's somewhat.
They still like they're missing the piece.
I think that's somewhere Melo going to be trying to go. And by us losing Trevor Ariza, he feels like he can slide into that 3 spot.
He's going to be a starter.
I just hope it don't happen. It looks like it's going to happen. So I'm pretty damn pissed about Melo going to Houston.
I'm just glad he's not going with my dog L Boogie, baby. I'm just glad he's not going with L Boogie.
Not going to Lakers, baby. Not going with LBs.
But see, my thing is, if this was Pop, Brad Stevenson, trying to think any other coach that just, when they walk in, they got
it. It ain't too many coaches in the NBA
they had that presence.
The man that respect like that.
And I don't think nobody on the Thunder that wears a Thunder uniform, or even in the Thunder organization, respects Donovan that way. So even if you put Schroeder out there as the 1, I still see Westbrook bringing the ball up. And it's all because they don't respect Donovan. Now, that, like I said, you switch coaches, and that's a Brad Stevenson or a Pop, and say, hey, Schroeder, you started the 1, hey, Wes, you the 2. Mm-hmm. Let's make it happen. Wes ain't touching that ball.
Right.
That's just what it is.
Right.
So I don't care what moves you make. If the players don't respect you, at the end of the day, he on the court. You not.
True.
He gonna dictate what happens.
Even if Westbrook is off the ball, I mean, you still got to know he's gonna bring the ball up at time. But for the most part, Dennis Schroeder running a one will be beneficial to the Thunder going forward. And you got to remember, man, Dennis Schroeder a solid player. I don't think he's a star by no stretch of imagination, but he's a solid player, tough defender. Can get to the cup at will.
I'm about to say he can get to the basket.
Can facilitate.
He can get to the basket.
And like I say, the biggest thing about him, he's tough, a rough rider. And I think that fits with the OKC Thunder are looking for, especially with go along with Westbrook in that backcourt.
But see, this is the one thing.
Chris Morgan, boy, dude, funny. He said Melo Mojo left when Lala left, and he did that scene on Power.
Tommy been tearing her off the frame. She been acting bad this season, though. Season 5, she been acting a little bad with that kitty cat, dude. She acting a little bad.
I don't know. I don't watch. But
you gotta watch it. You gotta get on that.
I finally caught that third episode. Boy.
But this is just one thing that I'm gonna have. I think it's gonna be like the downfall of having Schroeder at the one.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't see the point guards that he's gonna see in the West that he saw in the East. He had to worry about Kemba Walker. He got torched by Kemba. Most of them do. And he had to worry about Kyrie and Wall. Now going to the West, you got Steph. You got Drew. You got James, Chris Paul. You got Rubio is not a dynamic scorer, but the way he runs
Damian Lillard.
The way he runs the point gives people fits. Dame, McCollum, depending on, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's not like the East where you can, all right, if they got a dominant one, usually that means they two not dominant. Well, you can't hide them two because the twos, Clay, C.J. McCollum.
Can you hide him? You ain't going to be able to. You ain't going to be able to.
You know what I'm saying? Like you get away with the Pels because fuck, I'm still looking for that too. but
I mean, they moved Drew Holiday to the 2.
Yeah, but that was because they had. Well, you know what?
Well,
that's right.
They got
Alfred Payton now.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Well, that's a loss right there. You putting on him. Westbrook. Like I just thought about like the Westbrook and Steph matchup. Like he drove Steph crazy because you know he got to deal with him on the offensive end, and then he got to deal with him on the defensive end. You know, would that affect his game?
Yeah, but if he could get, listen, I like the way he could get to the cup. If you put that guy in the starting unit,
long,
he can, listen, that dude could get to the
hell
basket.
of a defender.
Yeah, he can get to the basket.
A lot of people was comparing him to a more offensive savvy Rajon Rondo coming out from overseas.
Yeah, coming out of Germany, but
everybody was saying like he's more offensively gifted than Rajon Rondo. That's what everybody was saying.
That's a Rondo that he got to deal with now.
You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a good move. They said I saw some reports saying the Thunder might trade him. This is a pit stop for him. So I mean, it remains to be seen. All I gotta say is how telling is it that these people gave Melo $28 million to walk?
No.
I mean, how telling is that? How telling is that? You're bad, Melo. You're bad. You've been bad for a while.
Brandon Parker, who I call B Park frat brother, you know, out of Chicago, he coached at John Hope, one of the. They up and coming. And he coached in like one of the toughest districts in the nation in Chicago. And he said Schroeder will guard the best guard on the floor to keep Westbrook from getting tired as well. That's one aspect that I didn't even think of.
Possibility, yeah.
You know, that's one aspect.
It's all good signs. I mean, for the Thunder. I mean, like G said, it's telling when you give a guy 20 minutes to leave, they trade him to leave.
He a Melo fan too, so.
Listen, now he just said, get your money, Melo. Ended off with that. Get your money. I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of Melo. I've been a fan of Melo for the past 3 seasons now. I think in Denver he was a great player. First got to New York, was a great player. Then you saw the decline. Right now,
I'm telling you, man, it was Sampson, man. Ever since he cut them braids, once he cut them braids, it was downhill.
You know, it's just a matter now that. Is he going to stay in Atlanta? No, he's getting bought out. I think, again, you got to attribute the same pressure to what he did to make this organization that much better. You got to give that credit to him.
Now, we didn't gave this Bourbon Street trash can enough play.
Enough.
Let's give the people what they want. I give everybody what they want, G. You came back from Miami and from the AAU circuit for this. Because the Claw got traded to go with Kiki. Do you love me?
Are you riding? By beside me. Because I want ya. And I need ya. And I'm dying for ya.
That's your jam, man.
It's trending. It's trending right now.
Trending.
Kawhi to the Raptors.
DeMar DeRozan to San Antonio.
I gotta say, I never saw this coming. What? For them to trade him to the Raptors, I ultimately think the Spurs won. Some people saying they think the Spurs, this is a bad trade. And
I found out from DeRozan. I followed him on Instagram, and he just was in.
I mean,
I think he broke the news before anybody in the NBA broke the news.
I feel bad for him because this dude was the epitome of that old school, the generation that we saw coming up.
Right.
When a player get drafted to the team, they do everything in their power to stay with the team. He's from LA. He had a chance a couple of years ago
to be a Laker.
To go to LA. He chose to stay. Brought him to the playoffs. Was the Kyle Lowry get some credit, but he didn't do half the shit that DeRozan did. What he meant, and he was all in, trying to get people up there, and then to tell his man, look, you ain't going nowhere. That's just hearsay, and then you get rid of him.
Right.
And this is the problem. This is the problem I have with the Raptors doing it. If you're gonna get rid of your best player, who still got years left on the contract that you gave him, why not get a player that got years left on their contract?
I think they're trying to hit it with a 1-year wonder. They're trying to hit it with a 1-year wonder. They're trying to hit it right now. They're trying to hit it all in one at bat. Bow! They're trying to knock it out the park. Trying to get to the finals in the first rip, and hopefully they can convince Kawhi to stay in Canada. Right. That's what this all about. They betting on themselves in 1 year. That's what they're doing. Because clearly this makes no damn sense. You gonna let your star franchise player walk?
And you fired the coach.
That's my thing.
For a player that you know you're only gonna have for 1 year.
I mean, tweeted that out.
If you
gonna do that, why you trading? Why
who they coach?
I forgot his name from the D League. He came from the D League.
Oh shit, no. So you take a motherfucker from the D League.
That's my thing.
And you get a guy who's top 3 in his position.
My thing is
who
this.
clearly says I'm going to LA.
My thing is this.
Who clearly said I'm going to LA. And look, he was at the cream of the crop as far as organizations in the NBA. The Spurs are bar none. Nobody comes close from the consistency, the product that they put out there. No matter who came, who go. Look, he got a ring. You take a cornerstone for what they got now. You let them go. Now the Spurs, look, more power to you. LaMarcus Aldridge found that trailblazer that he was last year. You get DeMar DeRozan. Hey, Tony Parker left.
Yeah.
You got money now.
Kyle Anderson left. He went to Memphis.
Hey, you got money now. You got your 2 corners now. You made yourself more attractive to somebody because you got what I want to say. Aldridge got 3 years left on this deal.
I think like 2
years left.
2 years left on the deal.
DeRozan got 3.
DeRozan got 3. So now you got that window. Hey, look, we got the power forward. We got the wing. If you a point guard that's looking to win or get some shine,
I mean, they believe in DeJounte Murray.
But I said they got Murray.
Murray is I like Murray too.
He's athletic.
Up and coming point guard.
He's athletic.
Big point guard. I think he gonna be a good player for the Spurs, especially in that pop system.
Then you get rid of Danny Green.
Look,
you made Danny Green, and then all right, Danny, you ain't serviceable no more. Let him go.
This is clear.
Shit.
This is a clear cut, abomination to that Raptors fan base, who is one of the better fan bases in the NBA, bro. Them people support that Toronto Raptors team, and for the owner to make a abysmal trade like this for a 1-year rental, a Kawhi Leonard, bro. After he walked, these people gonna be in the lottery for the next 3 to 4 years. That's how bad they about to be. I know Kyle Lowry is pissed. I know The fan base is pissed.
If I'm Kyle Lowry, I'm going to demand.
I'm surprised Drake ain't made a freestyle about this shit. I'm telling you, that's how bad of a trade this was. And the only thing I can see is they trying to bet it all on 1 year. Hopefully, they can get to the finals. And to me, in my mind, they made this trade. They still the third best team in the East.
They're not better than Boston or the 76ers.
They're not better than Boston or the 76ers. So, like, it ain't like this trade put you back to the top.
Over the hump.
It didn't. I'm sorry, it didn't.
Now, B. Parkers also say Raptors upgrade with the player. Now he is trade bait and get more. It can get more players and picks from LA.
And this is my rebuttal to that. People been saying that, telling me that all day. Man, they gonna have him, and then they gonna trade him to LA. Why the hell would Magic Johnson trade any of his assets to the Raptors when they know
he's coming?
Kawhi is coming next summer. That'd be dumb. And then somebody say, well, what if Brandon Ingram ain't playing good? Then you trade him. Well, if Brandon Ingram ain't playing good, why would they trade Kawhi?
They'll trade another asset.
So, like, that don't make any sense to me. And Magic Johnson is a great businessman. And it showed that he didn't give up any of them assets to the Spurs. Because the Spurs was acting for a damn number 7 from Burger King, a number 12 from Popeyes.
And a 50-piece for Manchu.
And a 50-piece for Manchu with a double rice. And he
you know how much that double rice is.
Man. And you know how good that double rice is for Manchu. And Magic ain't budged. So I'm telling you now, people that think that he gonna trade any of them assets to the Raptors to trade deadline, it ain't gonna happen. You might as well just chalk it up and you're gonna get Kawhi for the free ski come next summer.
Facts.
And this my thing about it too. What if Toronto is trying to blow up? Now hear me now. You fired a guy who's got you to the playoffs ever since he's been the coach.
Okay.
He just won Coach of the Year.
Okay.
All right. You let him go.
Right.
You let him go. All right. You trade your best player.
Yes.
Your best player. Your longest tenured player at that.
That organization's probably best overall player.
What have we been hearing for the past 2 years? Kyle Lowry is on the block.
Okay.
All right. So what if they say, all right, we got Kawhi, we got Lowry. Let's see what we get for Lowry. Because, see, in this thing, they might be trying, it's a monkey see, monkey do league.
Okay.
Maybe they trying to get as young as the number 1 team in their conference now. Look, that big dog in Cleveland ain't there no more. That dog ain't, you ain't got to worry about the dog hunting.
Okay.
All right. The team that you got to worry about, the 2 teams you got to worry about are young as shit.
What 3?
The 2 teams you got to worry about are young as shit. The Celtics and the Sixers.
And my 3rd team would be Milwaukee.
I'll throw Milwaukee in there.
That's one young player who's a monster.
Chris Middleton can play.
They got some Eric Bledsoe.
I'm talking about, like, look at
Tom Eagle.
Look at the average age of the Celtics core. Look at the average age of the Sixers core.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As you talking about, they got, the Bucks got years on it. Not much, but you talking about like 3 to 4 years.
I say about young. I'm looking at their team is not 28 plus. This is about a 23, 24, 25-year-old team.
But so what if all right, you look at a team that's, what happens if you look at a team, I'm trying to think. What's a team in the West that needs a scoring point guard?
That can use one?
That has the pieces in play. So let's say a Sacramento. That's just, even though it won't, but Fox can probably play the 2.
No.
I don't. I haven't seen. I don't know the schematics of what they try to do offensively. Nobody knows. I don't think Vlade even knows. So think about that. Or what if you say, look, if you're the Jazz, say, look, we want Mitchell to play off the ball, but we need somebody that can hold their own at the 1. So what if? And look, they're not gonna pick in the lottery no time soon. You got a young Mitchell, you got Joe Ingles, you got Rudy Gobert. You know what I'm saying? You still got Derek Favors. You're not picking in the lottery anytime soon. So what if you say, hey, give us that pick, take Kyle Lowry. He got years on his contract. We trying to just build up. Give us a second this year. Give us the first next year. Blase. Whatever. And we'll take your highest contract. To free it up for you. And you'll always find a sucker team at the dread line.
Now P.J. Brown says Phoenix, which probably can use that.
You know yeah.
Phoenix.
You know what I'm
Phoenix
saying?
the partner I'm thinking in mind.
You got Booker over there. He needs a running mate. But just what if somebody just say, all right, somebody that's close, like think about like what the Pelicans was at the trade deadline with Boogie right when he got hurt. Like, all right, a team like that, like, hey, you close. You one piece away, and maybe, like you said, maybe winning would entice a Kawhi to stay. So if you're a team like the Pelicans last year, if this is a situation, instead of going to get Miritich, you get the claw. And like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We gave up the picks that they gave up for Miritich. You give it to them, and now they sitting there like, all right, we gonna land in the lottery this year. We got extra picks for this year plus next year. We gonna start this process now under a new coach, new regime.
Now, Brandon Parker said,
what if that's their mindset, and they're just not saying it because quote unquote.
I don't know what the direction
Because think about it, quote unquote, tanking now takes your first round pick away, so you can't say it.
To me,
if that's the direction, if that's the mindset of the front office with the Toronto Raptors, they are in some serious trouble. They need to think about selling the team immediately.
Yeah,
because even if they make it to the finals, they're not gonna win. We know that. If they play the Warriors, the Rockets, the Lakers some kind of way they make it, they won't win in a 7-game series. Kawhi is leaving. He's leaving. He doesn't want to be in the cold. He doesn't want to be in Canada. That's what it is. He wants to be in LA. He wants to be in Cali, in his hometown. It's not going to happen. What the Raptors are doing right now, it just doesn't make any sense. 5 cases. He has the #1 record in the NBA. LeBron is gone. He's gone.
He's gone.
Why not keep DeRozan in place and try to see what you can do with you and Kyle Lowry and Valanciunas and Ibaka? Why not try to keep that core together and see what y'all can do?
Yeah.
LeBron is gone. Doesn't make any sense to me. So now you're gonna trade your star player because you don't want to pay him $28 million. I mean, me personally, I don't think DeMar DeRozan is a superstar, but I think he's a star in this league. He's a full-time all-star.
Look.
So
the facts. He the best player. Before the trade, he was the best player in the East.
Top 3.
I can't put him over John Wall.
Top 3.
Put him over John Wall. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you can't trade DeMar DeRozan at this point for a player who only got a 1-year runaway. So it just don't make no sense. I'm telling y'all right now, these people gonna be in a lottery for the next 3 to 4 years. The owner, I don't know what you're thinking, I don't know what you're smoking, but it's just bad all the way around the board. Baddecisions.com.
Well, weed is legal in Canada. Maybe he got that good stash up there, and it
just makes no sense. You're getting the guy, even if you're in all deck like G said, you're not going to win the NBA Finals. That champion is coming out of the Western Conference. Unless you're the Boston Celtics, who have a slim chance of winning the NBA Finals. Toronto is losing. So to get a guy like that, and you trade your best franchise player in probably the history of that organization. The other person people would consider will be Vince Carter. But outside of that, it was been DeMar DeRozan. To trade that guy, again, LeBron is gone. You fired Dwayne Casey. If you trade DeMar DeRozan, why you fired Dwayne Casey? None of this makes any sense.
Right.
None.
I'm telling you, man.
Next year you left with Kyle Lowry and hopefully in the top 3 so you can try to get Zion Williamson or Cam Reddish or whatever, a collegiate player.
A Duke player. A Duke player. Just go ahead and say it, man. So you just named 2.
Yeah.
And you ain't named the best one. How dare you say Zion Williams before you say R.J. Barrett or somebody like that?
And he from Canada.
Yeah.
And then what makes this even more mind-boggling? What makes this even more mind-boggling is these people ain't even talked to Kawhi before they made the trade.
No.
They ain't even talked to him.
You see him at the ESPYs?
If I'm the owner of the Raptors, if I'm the GM, guess what? I'm flying to Cali, to his hometown. We gonna meet.
He in New York. He was in New York.
We gonna FaceTime. We gonna do something. I'm gonna talk to you. Even if you tell me, look, man, I can't tell y'all I'm gonna sign back with y'all. I need to be able to talk to you. We gotta be able to communicate. How you don't even talk to this man and make a trade like this and just go over a 1-year run? It just makes no sense.
The Spurs.
It don't make no sense.
The Spurs.
B. Parker said you forgot one about Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh was more electrifying or more of a polarizing figure than Vince
Well, but
Carter.
yeah.
No. He
said
Toronto.
Toronto. Yeah. Chris Bosh.
You know what I'm saying? We said that
he's one of the best franchise players.
I would put Bosh over DeRozan, not Vince, because Vince filled the seats. You know what I'm saying? He
Brought
made
to conference finals.
Hey, man, this motherfucker.
Vince was electrifying.
This motherfucker went from the free throw line in a
playoff
game. In a playoff game, he went from the free throw line playoff game. Never seen that shit happen.
But you get rid of a guy who wanted to be there.
I was about to tell you something, D-Park. I was about to say something, but I know your mama. I was about to say, but you know what I was about to say.
It makes no sense for a guy that you're about to get. Now, again, like you said earlier, if Kawhi had 2 or 3 years left on that deal, this makes sense. But for a guy that you know only wants to play with the Lakers, who've made this obviously since months ago, I want to be a Laker. And if I'm Magic, I'm saying to myself, I ain't giving you nothing. I'm out.
And then
I'm out.
And then on top,
don't call me. Wait for Kawhi to come.
And then on top of all of that, okay, you got Kawhi coming, right? You got Kawhi coming. What if Kawhi decide, you know what, my other Kawhi starting to hurt me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now I read some stuff today that they say if he
got to play a certain
amount of games, or he can't sign, or the Raptors still gonna have the rights to him. So, but I mean, man, he could play games with these people all season. He could miss a game, play a game, miss a game, play a game, or sit out for 4 games, come back and play. I mean, he could play games with these people. And then everybody's saying that Kawhi you can't read him. He weird. His elevator don't go all the way up. So that's why I'm saying for them not to
elevator don't go all the way up.
It don't go all the way up. For them not to even talk to Kawhi before they made this trade, I'm pretty sure they probably talked to his uncle, his crazy ass uncle, who advising him wrong. By the way,
that's who controls the elevator.
Yeah. His uncle is advising him very poorly.
He comes to the 5th floor right about now.
Yeah. So the Spurs won this trade.
Hands down.
I think you're gonna see the Spurs. I mean, this ain't gonna put them up as one of the top teams in the West, but it's gonna put them in the top 5, make them very, very competitive, and they're gonna be one of them teams you don't want to play in the playoffs. But
because of the way they coach.
Yeah, they don't go past the second round.
No.
With this trade,
they still missing a wing. I know they re-signed Rudy Gay, but
they got Pop. You think about it, Pop offense never really had a dominant wing. Kawhi was like his. You gotta think, and this is just to give you like real deal about Pop offense or how he runs it. The last dominant wing that he really just counted on was Sean Elliott. And that was more of a power forward, but he kept him on the wing.
I don't think Sean Elliott was more I hate to say dominant.
On the offensive side.
But I don't think he was better than Ginobili.
No, he wasn't.
But you know what I'm saying? I don't consider a 2 a wing. Even though he
the 2 and the 3 that's your wings.
I could, but you know, it's everybody, you know, me, I consider, you know, the foe to the, you know what I'm saying, but the foe stays inside more. But now in this new NBA, all the 4s are shooting, so I consider the 4 and the 3 the wings. You know, so you know what I'm saying. But you technically right, you know what I'm saying. But me, you know, that's how I feel. I you know, but just going by with your presence, it'll be Ginobili, but then Sean Elliott, then I'll put Bruce Bowen up there.
Offensively?
He was the corner. They left it. As long as he was in the corner, he was good.
Yeah, but I mean that's all he was known as the defensive stopper.
Long as he was in that damn corner, he was money.
Right,
don't give him the ball nowhere else.
Yeah, he knocked down in the corner. He knocked down in the corner.
Steven Jackson.
I can't put him up there.
No, can't put him up there. But
one of the best.
No, but he's a versatile player in that situation, that team.
Yeah.
It just when I say wing, I'm looking at how the way the game is played from. Not just how the Spurs play it, but just how dominant certain teams are when they have a dominant wing. When you look at LeBron James, the Lakers going to be great because he's a dominant wing. Kevin Durant's a dominant wing. Paul George is a dominant wing. You know, Giannis is a dominant wing. So I'm just looking at the game the way it's played. You're missing that guy that you're going to be able to put on that guy and guard. Not granted, those guys can't be stopped, but at the end of the day, just having somebody who can attack them. They don't have that piece no more. He wanted to be traded out of there. So at the end of the day, what I liked about what the Spurs did, they found a way to still get an all-star caliber star player talent in the return for a guy who only wanted to go to LA and everybody in the league knew it. Now, how you pull that off, got to give the organization credit.
You had to be dumb as hell to make that trade.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, Pop was very pleased with getting Pirtle. the 7-footer from out of Utah, out the street. He was very pleased with getting him. And if you watch that kid play, he is going to fit that Spurs system very well. Paul Gasol, for all the time is catching up with him. He's about to be out of there. Pirtle is about 23 years old, so he gonna fit right in, right there with Marcus Aldridge.
He be that.
Man, B. Parker, the win up there in Chicago must be picking up that extra cocaine y'all got up there, because you saying bars D.I.
is the best player of all time. You're bad. You know.
He just spoke languages.
Yeah.
He made. You know what? Y'all had to get him. Tony couldn't keep his meat out of other people, and you know he let Eva Longoria go, and he was just all messed up after that. You know what I'm saying? So you had to bring over his best friend. That's the only reason why D.I. got on the squad.
Again, Spurs won the deal. I don't know what the Raptors were thinking. I mean, it's
maybe they're trying to get Drake out their offense. I mean, out the building.
Again, I know I drink a certain level of bleach, but they took the cake yesterday. They took the cake. It made no sense. I'm like, to the Raptors.
This is the thing. Business-wise, this
sense.
is horrible. Even when the Raptors was horrible, I'm talking about like after the Chris Bosh, before Kyle Lowry, and
before they drafted DeRozan
came, they were still selling out. They're the only team in Canada, in that country. People get tired of, even hockey is they national is what it is for them. You know, for the people that left the United States come up there, they ain't trying to get to the hockey stuff. They want to see basketball. You're gonna see stars depending on who come to town. Okay, I can get that, but just from a business standpoint, you let a good investment go that you groom, that you watch flourish. You let that walk for something that you're not gonna get no dividends from. Because like G said, I guarantee, if the rule is you gotta pay 25 games, he gonna play 25 games. A mysterious injury gonna happen at practice, and he done. And he will probably move from Canada to LA. And you'll see this motherfucker sitting at the game. There's no rule against that.
Right.
I played my minimum. There's nothing y'all can do.
Right.
Y'all still gotta pay me.
Right. They should have just talked to Kawhi. Should have had a meeting with him before they agreed to do this trade. I mean, you playing Russian roulette right now with your season and the next 3 to 4 years of your franchise.
I could have seen, the only way to me, it would have made sense for Toronto if they making this deal with Pop and this all good, it's all good. And on the same end, he talking to, he pressing the mute button. Now look, Pop wasn't going to trade it to you. I know you really want him now, and you can go ahead and get him now and sign a learn-try deal. Man, give me Kuzma in the first. Give me Kuzma. That's the only way I can see it. Like, boom, we gonna let it mellow for a little bit. Then boom, you know what I'm saying? But because Magic not gonna give you something big when he know.
Kuzma's a big asset though.
Yeah, but if you talking about trying to get him right now,
why when you gonna get him for free?
You played that game last year. And everybody and their mama just knew Paul George was coming there this year. Yeah, but and he didn't come.
But the difference is, before we go to break, my thing is he's playing with Westbrook. As bad as it's, but he's at least Westbrook is a top 5 player. You figure that he has somebody to play with.
But here's the thing,
they ain't nobody to play with in Toronto.
Here's the thing though. This was the conversation last year. Man, look, Indiana was smart. They got rid of Paul George while they could. They got Oladipo, out of it. Thunder, what was you thinking? He said he wanted to go to the Lakers. He from LA. The same shit that we said about Kawhi, and you got burnt. Fool me once, shame on me. I mean, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. This that.
That's a risk I'm willing to take then. Because I'm not about to. Kyle Kuzma is a stud Namikan in my mind. And I'm not about to give up Kyle Kuzma when I know this man say he coming to me next summer. Yeah. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
I want to take that chance.
I'm just saying.
Can't do it.
I'm not arguing you.
Can't do it.
I'm just not willing to take that chance. If I'm Magic, it's like, look.
And I also think Toronto thinks they can do the same thing the Thunder did with Paul George. I think they got Kawhi. Same thing like you saying. They thinking like we could win, possibly get to the finals. Mm-hmm. And even if we don't win it, we can convince them, like, look, we got something in place. LeBron is gone. Come here and build something with us in Toronto. and hopefully we can keep you here in Toronto.
But all Kawhi got to do is say, look, I got what you trying to get. I'm gone.
Right. Listen, we got to go to break. Listen, y'all don't go nowhere. We got some NFL talk when we come back. This is FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports on the Wallace Talk Network. About a minute and a half. Y'all don't go nowhere. Ask my conversation.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Liveline, here to tell you about the hottest bar in the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelco Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelco Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is non-smoking atmosphere.
Hey, it's your girl Black Coco, and tune in with me Thursdays at 9 p.m. where we talk everything sex, from the latest sex topics to the latest sex trends and a few exotic dancers. Plus, you never know who might drop in. Tune in with me on the Pleasure Hour, only on New Orleans Talk Network.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Pro 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBF. That's that bullshit. It's the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
Down for what? Yeah. Turn down for what? Yeah. Turn down for what? Yeah. Turn down for what?
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. Again, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, FanView Live. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at FanView Live, Twitter, FanView NOLA. Don't forget to follow my man G Sports. Get up on the intramural football, high school football.
Intramural?
Not intramural.
Boy, you on that Raptor bleach.
Not intramural. High school football, high school basketball. You should do intramural football. You should do flag football too.
Ain't no boy playing for $1 million this weekend?
Yeah. You should do flag football too. My bad.
You bad.
Toronto bleach. Got some real bleach.
Drano.
Tell him again.
Listen, don't forget to follow G Sports, man. Y'all want to know anything about high school football, high school basketball, intramural? No, listen, anything high school football, high school basketball, college football, college basketball, man, follow G Sports. The videos they upload is amazing. A lot of talent, especially coming out of the state of Louisiana.
Yeah, man. Hotbed. We got a hotbed.
Hotbed. A lot of coverage, a lot of people who you want to know about, see their highlights. Y'all go follow G Sports, man. Trust me. It's a lot of footage. A lot of footage. It's man gonna be busy come the next 4 months, right?
Oh, yeah.
August through December.
Favorite time of the year,
Favorite time of the year. But listen, we got a lot of NFL talk. First things first, that bad man, Darrelle Revis, decided to retire. Call it quits at the 11 seasons. What's our take on Darrelle Revis' career? Is Darrelle Revis one of the best corners that ever played this game? I'm not saying he's the best. One of the best to play this game.
Hell yeah.
Top 5.
Hell yeah. You know why? Nothing against Deion, and Deion's my favorite corner of all time. He is the best corner of all time. Prime time, baby.
Prime time.
But prime time played in an era where the ball wasn't getting thrown 30 to 40, 50 times a game. Darrelle Revis played in an era where the ball is going up damn near every damn play, and he held his own.
Right.
This guy finished his career with 29 interceptions. And the thing about it, they say like amongst the top cornerbacks in the history, that's gonna be the least amount of interceptions caught by a first ballot Hall of Famer. But to me, you know, like I always say, man, sometimes interceptions are misleading. Because if they're not throwing your way, if you locking your side of the field down, they're not throwing your way, then
you're not gonna get those balls don't get thrown.
You're not gonna get them kind of opportunities. And I go back to 2010 when he played against Calvin Johnson, Andre Johnson, and Ocho Cinco when Ocho Cinco was Ocho Cinco. He held these boys to 3 catches and 31 yards combined in 2010. That 2009 to like 2012, 2013, Reeves was hands down the best corner in the league. It wasn't even close. He was locking down inside of the field. He was so good that he held out 2 years in a row and got the Jets to up their money. 2 years in a row. You just don't see that. Man, this dude got over $130 million in his career. I mean, he broke the bank. And the thing I like about Reeves, man, he calling it quits at the age of 33. He saw last year that his career was on a downward spiral.
Correct.
He understood he was getting old. Father Time is undefeated.
Correct.
And instead of going out there making a fool of yourself
Give it time.
and getting burnt and letting everybody have them impressions of you, your last impressions looking bad, he gonna go out with us having them good impressions of him. Yeah, he had a bad season last year with the Kansas City Chiefs, but we're not gonna remember that. We're gonna remember the other seasons with the Jets and with the Buccaneers and the Patriots when he won that Super Bowl. And I love everything about Darrelle Reeves. He's a good stand-up guy. You never heard any bad things about him. He was always good with the media. He, in my mind, he has to be a top 5 corner all time. And he broke the bank doing it.
Now,
look, man.
Was he one of the best playing during his time?
Man, he was the best. He was the best in his era.
Listen. Look, he the one that started. You know how everybody starts saying you got Most? He started Allen. Everybody put your name in front of Allen. He started it.
Man, don't you take my thunder over there, man.
Just saying, he started it. Reeves Allen.
Don't you take my thunder over there.
All the kids started saying they name and Allen.
You know what I'm saying? Look, man. First of all, he was the second guy to do the Allen. Champ was the first one.
I'm about to say he calling him Champ. He's calling Champ.
Champ was the first one, but he didn't trademark.
I was about to say I don't remember.
Reeves. Champ was doing it.
I don't know. I don't remember hearing no Champ Allen.
Champ did it. Champ did it at Georgia, but then when he made your leader, I was like, man, he the champ.
And Reeves Allen got a ring to it.
You know what I'm saying? Look, he got the best nickname ever for a defensive back. Reeves Island, man. And then look.
It sounds like a real island. Like in the Bahamas.
The crazy thing is, like, he was so efficient and elite at it that NFL game day, prime time, they used to have Reeves, whatever team he played with the little sand and a palm tree and the receiver that he was going up against. Look, not too many people go against the best that the other team has at that position, at their counter position every snap. Reeves went with the number 1 receiver no matter where he went. Look, if that motherfucker went to the toilet, he's standing there with the tissue. Hey, you ready? We still got a game to go play. You know what I'm saying? He went with these guys. And the thing is, if you look at football now, that's the beautiful thing about what Reeves did. Reeves, and look, this is no knock on Deion. All right? There's no knock on Deion. Deion never guarded a 6'4" guy that can run a 4.3. Consistently. Week in, week out.
I put my money on him against him.
I'm not. I'm saying, but the thing is, we assume he can do it. We believe he can do it, but we seen it with Reeves. We saw
Deion used to lock up Jerry Rice now.
That's true. That is true.
Greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time.
That's true. But he didn't lock him up. Ross still got put some respect on my friend's name. My boy still caught touchdowns on him.
He's the lock
my boy
up
still
Jerry
caught
Rice.
touchdowns.
Lock up Jerry Rice now.
Don't do that.
And then Jerry Rice recruited him to come play with the 49ers.
Don't do that.
After he locked him up.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do that.
Just saying.
Don't do that.
Now,
You know
Jerome.
what
Go ahead. I'm just reading on the comments. Jerome Wolf says, "Wow, 3 years of great play that equals top 5 of all time."
Jerome, you drinking that Laplace bleach now.
Come on, man.
You got a mixture of what they got in Toronto and what Fred got in his cup.
Come on, man.
And you got whatever you got coming out the Bonnie Carey spillway.
Jerome, you
and
gotta
you
stop.
putting all that bleach together and you sipping it. 3 years. Look, he made the Buccaneers defense relevant. He made the Jets defense relevant. Bill Belichick just don't go get any damn body and you win a Super Bowl with the guy. Ask Ty Law about it.
I don't know how you say 3 years of good play when the man was a 7-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first-team All-Pro. I don't understand. 140 passes defending in his career, 29 interceptions, 6 forced fumbles. I mean, come on, man.
And then here's the thing.
Come on, man.
Those are the stats.
Come on, man.
Facts.
Come on, man.
Here's the thing that nobody wants to talk about. Yeah, we talk about Deion. Like, Deion probably is the best cover cornerback. All right, Darrell Reeves, so far from what I've seen, is the best complete quarterback because the motherfucker played against the run as well as he did against the pass.
He was
Deion
strong
was
as
getting
hell.
the hell up out of there.
He was strong.
He was getting up out of there. Then, like I said, he followed the number one receiver everywhere he went. He took him, and let's think about the guys he went up against. Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never went up against a Megatron. The biggest receiver that he went up against in his career was
Probably
Andre.
Michael Irvin. Probably Michael Irvin.
Nah, well, Andre Rison was a little bit bigger than him.
That Michael Irvin?
Taller.
Oh, man.
Irvin
like 6'4".
No.
You think Andre Rison bigger than Michael Irvin?
He taller than him.
No, man.
Yes, he is.
No, bro.
Yes,
look it
he
up.
is. You look it up.
All right.
Jake Reed. Taller than him for sure.
Jake Reed 6'4".
Man, Jake Reed not even the same stratosphere as Michael Irvin. Stop.
I'm sorry, not Jake. Andre
Reed?
You know what I'm saying? But look, Megatron, Larry.
Jerome has notes. I got notes in my phone. And Google is notes.
Look, Larry.
Larry.
The D.
Larry.
Look, Roddy White was a man until he went up against Reeves.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Antonio Brown wouldn't have stood a chance against Reeves. You know, Ocho Cinco had the best get off the line. He get off of anybody press.
Now we talking about a guy, you know.
His feet was phenomenal. Like boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the strongest, but goddamn it, you put him in the goddamn phone booth, he was getting up out that motherfucker.
So do you put Reeves ahead of Champ?
Yeah.
He better than Champ.
Because G made the best point. And look, there's no knock against those guys, but nobody was throwing the ball like that.
Nah.
Look, you gotta think.
The only guy who
hold on, you gotta think. This guy went up against Peyton Manning,
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady.
He was in the same division as Tom Brady.
Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. Trying to think who else.
You can put Tony Romo in there.
Now my guy,
Tony Romo. So you talking about? But out of the 6 guys that's going to be in the Hall of Fame at the quarterback position that he went up against, you talk about Champ. What's a Brett Favre?
No, Champ had
I'm talking about in that era. Brett Favre.
No, Champ came in early 2000?
Brett Favre was playing quarterback then.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton.
Tom Brady.
Phillip Rivers. That time was starting to come through.
Brady wasn't the Brady.
Brady, yeah, man.
Brady wasn't the Brady that Darrell had to face when Champ was playing. No,
man, Brady been Brady since they won that Super Bowl.
Oh my hell no!
If he didn't made that field goal, Brady turned into a super ninja.
Hell no!
He turned into a super ninja after that.
Hell no!
Yeah.
Hell no!
Hell yeah!
Hell no! Brady didn't become Brady to that dude Brady to the year after he got hurt week 1. And what's the
Matt Castle
took number 11 and 5. It was like, well, it's the system. And then he went out and started doing things like, it ain't the system.
So you're saying that because Champ didn't play maybe against Hall of Fame QBs, he wasn't.
Reeves played against Hall of Fame QBs and receivers and locked both of them down. Both of them.
I don't want to know more from Reeves. I think Reeves is top 5 corner. Now, my other corner.
His technique was probably the best ever.
Bar none. To me, Darrell Reeves is very strong. He could hem you up at the line of scrimmage. You know, he made plays tough. You had to work on him every play. His technique was bar to none. Now, only another guy who I would say during his time of playing. Now, disregard the couple of years with the Eagles, but Namne Absalom. That's the guy that people didn't throw a lot of passes to when he was Oakland. His first thing as Oakland Raider.
Hell no!
Look at the numbers. He had 3 years where he only had 98 passes thrown against him. And there was a season where Darrell Reeves had 100 passes thrown against him.
How many years he played in the league?
Awesome.
Namne played 4 years in the league. He got a 99 rated one time on Madden.
So y'all gonna start this? So y'all gonna just?
You tripping
was
hard.
a good corner in Ryan's system.
That's
and
it.
after he got out of Ryan's system, he was a damn shell of himself.
He couldn't even look.
I said disregard the last 2 years with the Eagles. Then he went to San Fran.
No, he probably had 2, maybe 3 good years in the league.
That's it, Fred.
No.
Go look at the numbers.
I'm going to look at the numbers. That dude dominated from 2003.
Dominated?
Stop it, Fred.
How many calls were getting his contract?
No, Reeves is what you call dominated.
Reeves
dominated.
He played the same time as Reeves. So you trying to tell me I was better than Reeves?
Reeves dominated.
I'm saying during that time, he was another corner who was dominant during that time.
No. He had a 3 years run.
Stop.
You stop.
That man had more than 3
Fred,
years.
you didn't hear about him. Look, this is the guy out of truth. Motherfuckers didn't just start looking at Namdi Oswald till that Madden came out when he was ranked like 92, when he was the second best cornerback in the league, and everybody was like, "Who the hell did?" You trying to tell me?
He played for the Raiders.
You trying to tell me?
And the Raiders didn't have nobody.
The Raiders didn't have nobody. Well, fuck, we knew who the hell Rich Gannon was.
It was a system, bro. It was a system. He was a system corner.
Rich Gannon retired. Rich Gannon got retired in 2002.
Okay.
Namdi came in 03.
Namdi had 2.
Did you know about him in 03? Be real. Did you know about him in 03? We knew about Reeves at fucking Pitt. What college did Namdi Oswald play for?
California.
Did you just look that up?
No.
Did you know that did you know that in 03?
I'm telling you.
Did you know that in 03?
Yes.
You knew that in 03.
He was the last pick of the first round.
You just said you didn't know about him in 03.
Y'all didn't know about him.
I just asked you. You go wrong.
Listen. So you trying to say Namdi Oswald was not a good corner?
When you do the snippet, go back to right before I asked you, did you know who Namdi Oswald
I knew
was
about
in 03?
Namdi.
You said no.
You didn't know about Namdi.
I knew about Namdi. I watched defense more than I watched offense ever.
So Namdi wasn't a good player. He
I
wasn't
didn't
a
say
good
that. You said in the same stratosphere. No, that's not. That's no way. Asante
Really?
Samuel.
A system.
But the numbers prove it. No matter where he went.
System.
No matter where he went. Those were and they dominated in their system. No matter what different team.
He had a good 3 years.
3 years.
He had a good 3 year run.
As soon as he went to the Eagles, you didn't hear about it. And he went to
that's why I said when he went to the Eagles,
he
it got bad.
He only had a 4-year contract with the Raiders. So you trying to tell me only 3 out of the 4 years he spent in the Raiders? That was it.
He didn't get to the Eagles till 2011? No. He got drafted in 2003.
I don't remember vividly, but I know Namdi, he didn't have a period of longevity of being a good corner in the league. He had 3 really good years.
His time with the Raiders
he was abysmal with the Eagles.
Eagles, he was bad.
He was abysmal with the 49ers.
That's when he retired.
He didn't even make the final 53 with the Saints.
So the hell did.
You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't old like that.
Dude, he only got 1 fucking defensive touchdown. Talk about, man.
He had 3 good years.
That's it.
3 good years.
How many Reeves?
3-time Pro Bowler, but he dominated. 2-time first team All Pro, but he dominated. 2-time second team All Pro, but he dominated. Get out of here, Fred. You tripping on that one. Hard. That's it.
Okay, now how many times all-time Reeves was?
15 interceptions.
15 picks.
80 pass deflection.
It's a lot of pass deflections.
That's not a lot for your career.
That's not a lot for the cornerback, for the quote-unquote the guy.
Reeves had 149. Champ Bailey got 174.
And they didn't fucking pass that much. Come on now. But he that's the one you putting up there with Champ? I mean, with Darrell?
I said that was a dominant corner during that time.
And Champ in his career with 52 interceptions.
Well, Champ Cold.
Champ Cold.
Champ Cold. Champ Cold, Woodson better than all of them.
What
Charles.
That's
Charles.
Charles.
You said Charles better than Champ?
He's better than Champ and Reeves.
No.
He's better than Champ and Reeves.
No. Now that's bias shit coming in right there.
No.
That's bias.
I can't say
that's
that.
bias.
I can't say that.
You biased as hell with that one.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm taking Charles Woodson over Champ. I'm taking him over Reeves. Now, and I'm not saying Reeves is that much better, but I think Reeves got an edge on him by like a little bit.
I would take Charles. That's not disrespectful to Reeves. Reeves is a top 5 corner.
Man, I don't think y'all realize how dominant Reeves was.
He was good.
Who was y'all?
I don't think you realize.
Oh,
no.
I don't think you realize.
I said Reeves is the top 5 corner. Now, will I take Charles Woodson over him? Yeah. Yes, I will.
Reeves.
So you said if Reeves is top 5, you said Charles is top 4.
Yes.
Boy, what the fuck is you drinking?
You gotta be stopped.
You really? Nah, at safety? Nah, that's a whole nother.
At corner.
But you can't.
He didn't play his whole career at corner.
But
he played safety.
Yeah, but you can't really
he
say
played more times at safety than he did at corner.
No, he did.
Yes, he did.
He played safety probably about 4 years. About 5 years.
When he played with the, believe it or not, in the Packers defense, he was a safety.
Yeah, they moved him to safety.
They moved him to safety at time, but he played that corner. They moved him to safety toward the end of his career.
No. As soon as he touched there, just because he noticed he was always in the inside. He was a safety in their defense. They was the first NFL team to run a 4-2-5. He was part of the 5. He was the roll guy. That's where everybody started copying and shit for. Fred, look. You know analytics and numbers. You stick to that. Don't challenge me when it comes to the defense.
When you talking about cornerback in the league,
Fred,
he played that corner with the Raiders. You talking about he played it safety too? When he got to the Packers, he played that safety the whole time. No, he played that corner. He played that corner.
Did I say he played that the whole time? I said he was the safety in their system. Look.
The whole time?
Kenneth Vaccaro, his rookie year with the Saints, where did he play 75% of the snap at?
In the slot a lot.
In the slot. But what the fuck was he?
He was the safety the whole, but he played safety his whole career.
So I'm not saying that just because he lined up at the cornerback position that he didn't play in their scheme, he was a safety.
What you're saying is that when a guy played in the slot, you're making it seem like he always played safety. I'm saying that's not the case.
I mean,
he played slot.
I know that, but in their scheme, he was this. If you went and sat down and talk with their DC, he'd say, well, he's our safety guy.
The past couple of years in their system, he played safety. But his whole time with the Packers, he wouldn't play safety. He played corner.
Go watch his NFL life. He'll tell you he played. He said I was a safety, but I spent my time in the slot with the Packers.
Go watch it. It's just like Rod Woodson. Rod Woodson started off playing corner,
then moved to safety.
Then moved to safety.
Yeah.
That's what a lot
of players do.
Once their career, before the storm start catching up, they start.
Reeves never went there.
Right.
He never went there. He stayed every snap at corner.
But he didn't play what? Woodson played what? 17 seasons?
Yeah.
So he had a longer career.
Yeah.
So I can't expect a corner to play 17 seasons at corner. That's hard.
Right.
That's hard.
It's a good point.
I'm gonna expect this guy to play 17 seasons and he'll play corner.
But I can't put Charles in the top 5 all time.
Yeah, you tripping.
I can't do that.
If you tell me who your top 5 cornerbacks is. If you putting Charles there, please tell me who your top 5 cornerbacks is.
Dion number 1.
Okay.
Rod Woodson number 2.
Okay.
I didn't see him play, but Mel Blount 3. 4, Charles Woodson, 5 Reeves.
So you putting
Dion 1, Rod Woodson 2, Mel Blount 3. I never seen him play, but I know his statistics say he should be up there. 4, Charles Woodson, 5, Darrell Reeves.
I gotta see Mel Blount. I gotta see him.
I'm saying because I didn't see him, but his numbers verify that he's a top 5 corner.
He invented the man. He invented the.
His numbers are there.
But you just gotta know he invented.
You gotta know it. Right.
But man.
Yeah, my top 5. That's my top 5.
So Tyler
don't make the top 5.
Chris McAllister.
Tyler don't make the top 5.
Chris McAllister.
Don't make the top 5.
Cornelius Williams.
Highly rated corner.
Guess what? You mean look?
Highly rated corner.
You're a numbers guy, right? You know his numbers are better than Dion?
I'm not. Charles Woodson numbers are better than Dion.
No. His numbers are better than Dion by far.
Charles Woodson numbers are better than Dion's.
He played longer than Dion too. Nils Williams played shorter than both of them.
You gonna put Nils Williams ahead of Deion Sanders?
Do you realize? I'm not saying he go up front of Deion. I'm giving you quality guys who goes before Charles Woodson at that cornerback spot.
I think Darryl Green. He up there too. He up there too.
Yeah. Darryl Green up there. You talking about putting Charles? Nah. Hell of a football player.
Yeah, Charles Woodson, he definitely like in the top 10 somewhere.
And look, don't get it twisted. He probably one of the best Swiss Army knights from the defensive standpoint of all time. But when you talking about number 5 at just that position, you tripping by far. By far. Yeah.
Nah. We can have a different top 5. But Charles Woodson is in my top 5.
Nah.
His numbers say and his play says that he's a top 5 player at that position.
I just gave you somebody with better numbers than him, who played shorter than him.
Nah.
You saying?
But sometimes the numbers
are misleading.
It could mislead you though.
Look, Cornelius ain't in the Hall. Look, Hall of Fame ain't misleading. Neal's in the Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, I mean.
No, that's why I say when you say Neal, I say
Neal
good
is the
player,
Hall of
good
Fame.
player.
You know what I'm saying? And he played a shorter time than Charles, and the numbers are better than Charles. When Charles got to manage the return game because he didn't return kicks. I'm just being real. I'm just being dead real. Mel Blount, that dude.
Yeah.
Mel Blount.
Like I said, I didn't see him play, but his numbers say that.
Look.
Ain't none of them touching Dion.
Number one.
And Dion couldn't even tackle. So
Number
show
one.
you how
Mel
cold Dion
Blount,
was.
That
dude. Show you how cold Dion was.
Right. Dion number 1, Rod was number 2, Mel Blount number 3, Charles number 4.
Charles don't go top 5.
There you go.
I'm just being real, bruh.
Jerome said Charles is in the category of Rod Woodson because he was able to transition from corner to safety with ease, and he still balled. Charles Woodson got 17, 16 touchdowns for his career. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. We talking about with Charles Woodson, man. We talking about a guy who has 65 interceptions. 11 touchdowns, 11 picks for touchdowns. 11.
I can't put him over Reeves though.
It took him 17 years to do that shit.
Defensive player, he won defensive player of the year.
Look, the longer you play,
at his position,
the longer you play, the more you increasing your chance for stats.
It's just like Dirk and Whiskey right now.
The longer you
just
play,
signed that 1 year deal 5. Boy, Dirk, you know what you're doing. Boy, you're trying to up your scoring average so you get up in the top 5 all time scoring. Everybody's stupid.
The longer you play. All right, so let me ask you
but
this.
that's not Charles Woodson's fault that he played 18 years, and Darrell Reeves' fault that he played 11.
I'm not saying that they play 2 different brands, but I'm telling you that there's no way in hell that you could put Charles Woodson. If you understand football, if you know football, if you know the defensive side of the ball, there's no way in hell that you could put Charles Woodson above Darrell Reeves. If you ranking just defensive players at all times, no way you can put Charles Woodson above Ed Reed.
To my like just
like
defensive backs.
The defensive backs.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him above.
Ed Reed one of the best defensive backs to play the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him above Ed Reed.
I'm just saying. He's one of the best defensive backs to ever play. From a football player, he's probably one of the best players, if not one of the best to ever play that position. The defensive backs.
That's what I'm saying. So you talking about Charles?
I'm taking Ed Reed over any safety.
Oh, any safety.
Period.
Any.
And the second one is Rod Woodson. That's just me. That's just me.
So you're taking Rod Woodson at safety over Ronnie Lott at safety?
Ronnie Lott was just a hitter.
Ronnie Lott was a different type of player.
He was just a hitter, and then in a league that you could hit as long as the ball was in the air, you could literally deplete a receiver in his route coming across the middle.
Right.
I never seen Ronnie Lott cover. I never seen Ronnie Lott flip. I seen him come. Look, they used to put Ronnie Lott, which is unheard of. They used to line that motherfucker up 15 yards, and that motherfucker came down here. He was too small to play linebacker, but he was too thick and too slow to play on the outside. They found that spot for him. And that's you can say the same thing about Steve Atwater and David Wayman.
Well, Steve Atwater was a hitter.
You know what I'm saying all 3 of those in the same category. But you realize Ed played back there with no safety help his whole career.
I just said that when it comes to Ed Reed, he's probably the best to ever play that position.
One for him, and then
ever play that position.
And then when Rod went to the safety, Dick LeBeau ran that stagger set where he walked the strong all the way right outside, and Rod kind of stayed back there by himself.
Rod didn't play safety like 12 or 15 years, so I don't want to take him over. His impact is there, but to me, I have him as a corner because that's where the majority of his career was played. That's where he made his money. Safety came at the end of his career just like Charles Woodson did. I'm not going to put Charles Woodson at safety because that's not where he played his whole career.
Jerome, what is you
talking?
He
played most of his career.
Jerome, give me the top 5. Give me the top 5.
Hey, Jerome.
Give me the top 5.
Jerome, hold on.
Give me the top 5.
I'll make it easy. Jerome, 563-999-1808. Call in. I got hit. You saying, if you talking about secondary play, you can't say Reeves' number. Man, I hate to see your top. I hate to see it. I hate to see it.
My top 5.
I hate to see it.
He said Reeves not even top 10.
Oh, you're bad. You're bad.
He said not top 5. He said still not top. So he trying to tell me Reeves not top 5. Period.
You name 10 corners in the history of the game better than Reeves.
I can only think of 4. And that's just my list.
Come on,
but
man.
but outside of that, I'm sorry. You're being disrespectful.
I only think of 2.
Dion and who? Dion Mel Blount?
Mel was he was one of the guys that was ahead of his time.
So Dion and Mel Blount.
Yeah, it was, you know what I'm saying, like it was a run heavy league and all that stuff. I get that, but he was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
He that's just what it was. Look, could you imagine Barry Sanders in this zone running type system that we got now, where they just moving offensive line, where they're not saying go ahead, and what he would do now, he was ahead of his time. But hey, he was still great for his era. That's, you know what I'm saying, Dan Marino was ahead of his time type of guy. Could you imagine Dan Marino in a
Top 5 quarterback all time to me.
Shit.
Top 5 quarterback all time to me.
Mel is that guy. Then Reeves. Then I got me. I just need people to go back and watch film on what Aeneas Williams did. Go back and watch film on what Aeneas Williams did.
So you got what? Who number 1? Dion? Okay, that's not. We're not even debating that. 2, Mel Blount.
First of all, if you talking football to me, and I say give me your top 5 cornerback, and the first name out your
ain't Deion Sanders, we can stop talking.
There's only one other name I accept at number 1. And that's goddamn prime time.
He's number 1 to me. He's number 1.
If you just saying Deion and prime time, if you ain't saying them 2,
we can stop talking. We can stop talking.
Look, I holler at you.
We can stop talking.
Save your breath, save your energy, save that blood, save all that shit that you about to tell me. Save that shit go do your own show or something. Don't go write a Facebook rant. Go do that shit. But nah, don't come talk to me.
Now School St. Clair said, boy, y'all sleeping on Darren Woodson.
I'm talking about corners. I ain't talking about
safety.
You know what I'm saying?
Corners.
Defensive backs as a whole. I'm talking about corners, really.
Darren Woodson, he was. When we talking about of all time, don't get it twisted. He makes like he's around there like 25-ish. He's not. Darren Woodson didn't make that immediate impact.
This man said D'Angelo Hall.
Stop.
So you got D'Angelo Hall before Darrell Reeves.
Stop.
Hey, he gotta be joking with us right now. Gotta be joking with us right now.
D'Angelo Hall.
We need to move on to the next topic. This is getting utterly ridiculous.
Chris McAllister. You know what I'm saying?
Rondé Barber. He going top 10.
Rondé Barber.
Don't get it twisted.
A cover 2 corner.
He got a lot of picks.
Cover 2.
Sitting in cover 2. Sitting in cover 2.
Now if he would have said somebody like Bobby Taylor, I was like, hey, I feel where you going with this now.
He tall and physical.
I feel where you going with this now. I see where you going. Like, yeah, look, Bobby Taylor's number 1 wide. Troy Vincent number 1 wide. But goddamn,
Bobby Taylor was tall and physical.
Could they play?
Tall and physical, bro.
You drawing Al Harris. Now look, to me, that's the best secondary of all time.
But him, between Troy Vincent, Bobby Taylor, Al Harris, and they had what? Sheldon Brown?
No, bro. Sheldon Brown.
Lito Shepherd.
Lito was like the dime.
Right, I'm saying Lito was like a dime.
But they had B. Dawkins.
B. Dawkins in the back. I forgot who the other safety was.
I was about to say Deuce Staley.
I forgot who the other safety was.
Oh, it didn't matter.
Eagles had a nice secondary.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. Them motherfuckers right there.
If I'm right, I think it's a guy named Michael Lewis, I believe.
It might be
Michael Lewis.
I'm having it might be. I'm not 100%.
I think I remember the guy named Michael Lewis. Now, School St. Clair says Sean Taylor, even though his career and his life was short, he was on an air reroute.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Come on. JJ, you from the hood, baby. Come on now. We damn near cried together when we found out Sean died. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
That's one of those was you understood that. You seen where it was going.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I agree with that one.
Ed, you know what I'm saying? Ed is by far.
Yeah.
It's like it's Ed. Then it's like that list for that line for number 2 is like.
Ed Reeves set the stage at free safety.
Facts.
Set the stage.
Facts.
That's something.
The big 6 he had. I mean, just the way you couldn't even throw. Whatever he was, you had the. This man said Sean Springs.
You know what? He going down. He going to Madden 98. He checking overall.
He going to some people that had like 2-3
You know what?
years.
This I'm gonna just throw one out there and just to make.
Hey, why not say Fred Smoot? Why not say Mike McKenzie? I'll help you out if you need. Why not? Oh, I got one for you.
Jason Sehorn.
I was about to say
Jason Sehorn.
Pride of the white DBs.
This man said Sean Springs.
Oh my God.
Man, none of them dudes on the same stratosphere.
Darrell Reeves.
Nah, ain't gonna lie. Like Sean Spring had like that's a cold name for a DB.
Yeah,
he was good.
He was good.
Really good corner, but he ain't on Darrell Reeves level.
It was good.
Gotta stop.
He was a good player.
Gotta stop.
He was a good player. But him and Reeves, they not even. They ain't like his support.
Merton Hankerson was better than damn Sean Springs.
Or he ain't play safety though.
I don't give a damn. That's what I'm saying. And we talking about Darrell Reeves, and he's saying Sean Springs.
Do the chicken dance.
Nah, he said. My boy Fred says, Fred, what about Troy Potter? Well, Troy P. I'm assuming it must mean Troy Polamalu.
Troy up there.
Troy up there.
Troy up there.
Troy up there.
He was a different type of safety than Ed.
I consider him more of a. He was a defensive play. He goes in that Swift Army knife category like a Charles Woodson. He was the defensive playmaker for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Made plays.
He's a roamer.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he like he couldn't run with the big guys. Well, he could run with the big guys, but he'll easily get out jumped just because of statue.
Yeah.
But he got some of the most iconic plays. Man.
Yeah.
Jumping over the line. How do you come from that deep, time that shit perfect, and make it? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he is special.
No, I'm not saying Sean Springs was a bum.
Well, he ain't no damn Darrell Reeves.
I'm saying you can't put him on
Darrell Reeves.
We talking about Darrell Reeves
level.
No.
We talking about Reeves Island. We ain't say shit about.
That's like comparing DeMar DeRozan to LeBron. To me.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Or DeMar DeRozan to Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Dude, he's not even
Good player.
He's not even the best.
Good player. Good player.
Sean Springs not even the best secondary player in their franchise history.
Right. Right.
Reeves, look. Now Ty Law, he was there. He was there, and like but
system corner, though,
you know,
man.
yeah. But he was tough. He was like heart and soul guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But everywhere Reeves went, except the Chiefs.
Listen.
Except the Chiefs.
Except this last year.
He was the best. He's the best cornerback
Top
in
5
franchise in they
Top
franchise.
5 to me. He's 5th on my list. Top 5.
Your 5 is flawed.
Stop.
You got a flawed 5.
Stop being disrespectful.
You got a flawed 5.
Moving on.
Listen, more NFL to talk. Got some players who turned down some franchise money. One of those particular guys is over there in Pittsburgh, named Le'Veon Bell. For people who don't know, Le'Veon Bell declined the offer for 5 years, $70 million, $30 million in the first 2 years, making him the highest paid running back in the league, averaging about 14.25 a year. Maybe $15 million the first 2 years. Did Le'Veon Bell make the right decision and turn down the extension with Steelers?
You started because
I'll say this. To me, I don't know who's advising Le'Veon Bell by any means, but I think that he made a big mistake. And it's just me speaking. And it's mainly because when you start looking at some of the numbers at the running back position, obviously the highest paid running back in the league right now is Deontay Freeman at $8.25 million. Now, the only guy in the NFL history who's averaged a $14 million salary was Adrian Peterson when he signed a 7-year, $100 million deal. Now, I wouldn't look at the numbers. Le'Veon Bell is an Adrian Peterson at the running back position. He's been a great highlight. It's good to watch. His style, and he can run, and he has good receptions. But let me just tell y'all some of the numbers. Adrian Peterson has a 2,000-yard season. Adrian Peterson has an 18-touchdown rushing season. For people who don't know, Le'Veon Bell has played 5 seasons. He does not have over 1,400 yards rushing in any of those seasons. He doesn't have over 10 rushing touchdowns in any of those seasons. So to pay him like Adrian Peterson, for him to decline that, I don't know who's advising him.
Right.
I don't know who's getting in his head. You're not better than Adrian Peterson. At any point, Adrian Peterson is the best back that we've seen in the NFL since 2007. Since he's been in the league, since he started, he's been the best back. That's what I see. Now, does he make him the best back of all time? But no, not even close. But he's the only back that we watched that commanded $14 million. And Le'Veon Bell is not that. A great back He can pass protect. He's probably the best receiving back overall out of all of the group, and he definitely can run the football. But he has not had over 1,400 yards rushing yet, and he hasn't over 9 rushing touchdowns yet in the season. For him to decline $15 million for the first 2 years, it's bad advice because an injury can happen. And I don't think a team in hell will offer him $15 million a season. That's just my take.
This has just been a staple over the last decade or so. Running backs are becoming like just a lost cause to a lot of these NFL GMs and owners. They're not looked at as a prized possession like they used to be.
Right.
And that's what you're saying. And I know Ty Gurley and David Johnson. I know these guys are like, God damn, this is about to mess up. This is about to mess us up. It's about to mess our market up. I know Leonard Fournette probably pissed off right now. Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
That's just the way of the world right now with these running backs. I actually agree with you. I think Le'Veon, I do think he's worth more than what they offered him. But you got to think about how the Steelers are thinking. He's been in the league, what, 4 years now? 5 years. 5 years. So the average running back playing at a high level is usually 5 to 6 years. So they're thinking in their mind that he's about to start declining over the next 2 years. So why would we give him X amount of dollars, knowing that going off research, off analytics over the last 20 years of football, once these running backs start getting to their 6 or 7 years, they start declining. And so that's what you're seeing right now. And it's going to mess the market up for these running backs I just said before I said all of that.
Correct.
And Le'Veon Bell, he's going to get $45 million guaranteed over the next, 2 years?
$50 million over 2 years.
Over the next 2 years. Yeah. You think you're worth more than that? I do agree you are worth more than that. Man, take that money. Run with it.
Take the money. Get the bag, man.
Because guess what?
Get the bag, bro.
If you do hit free agency, you're not going to get more than that. I would be surprised if I see an NFL team just throw that kind of money at him right now, especially with the amount of carries he gets every year, catching out the backfield. And I think that's his real argument. He feels like he's more than just a running back, which he is. He is. He catches over 60, 70 balls a year. Yeah, you are a skillful running back. But, man, you got to think about from a business standpoint, if I'm an owner or a GM of a team, I'm going to be skeptical of giving you X amount of dollars knowing you're going into your 6th year in the NFL, knowing that going on research, you start having a decline once you get to your 6th year in the NFL. And that's just my take on running back. And it's going to continue being like that. And you continue seeing teams pick up people in free agency, free agent, undrafted running backs, come in a system, rush for 1,000 yards, find these dominant roughs in the 5th, 6th round.
Chris Ivory, Kyrie Robinson. Pierre
Alvin
Thomas.
Kamara got picked in the 3rd round. So teams are feeling like they could find a little diamond in the rough in the 3rd, 4th round and just keep on doing this every year. Look, we ain't got to pay you. We just going to move on and go pick somebody in the draft to fit our system. Right. And I think that's what you're seeing. Running backs are becoming a lost art in the NFL, and it's going to continue to be like that because we're in a pass-happy league.
I disagree with both of y'all. This is right. Well, for the first argument that you try to compare Adrian Peterson to Le'Veon Bell really baffles me because football has changed 7, 8 times since it's been in the league. Adrian Peterson was the focal point of that team, period, bar none. You can't name a receiver that he played with. You can't name a high quality quarterback that he played with, that they had to appease everybody. It was AP and AP only. So, of course, everything was going to be tailor-fitted to him. 2, Le'Veon Bell don't turn over the ball. Adrian Peterson was turning over the ball early. So much so that the Vikings was trying to find a trade for him. They just didn't find nothing that they considered adequate value back for what they were trying to do. The Steelers never tried to trade Le'Veon Bell. 3, you got Big Ben, who's your franchise guy. You got to appease him. Just handing the ball off ain't appeasing him. All right. You got AB, who you just gave all this money to. You got all these receivers that you trying to keep happy too, that you don't want to walk away, that you feel are precious to your system to what you get. And you had 2 or 3 different offensive coordinators in the Big Ben tenure. In walks Le'Veon Bell, who's been the most dynamic running back that he's ever had since Willie Parker, who does both on what he does what Willie Parker did. He's not. He wasn't as fast as Willie Parker, but he's bigger, stronger guy.
Okay.
And he catches.
Okay.
He catches ball. Now you trying to tell me if I know my worth, I should take less than what I'm worth because of what they just drew out there at me. If that's the case, every time a team throws money at somebody, they should just, under that rationale, you should just sign right there and just keep it moving. Look, I could see if this was Mark Ingram talking like this, but you talking about quote unquote the best guy at his position in the league, who does more for his team than the guys that you are paying big money for. Look, AB goes down, and if Le'Veon's still in the lineup, Steelers still winning.
Okay.
Le'Veon goes down, everybody backs up and plays the cloud coverage and make it hard as hell for the Steelers, and they start struggling. They start struggling without him. Whoever is advising him, do your damn thing. Pay the man. He's worth it. He's never been in any scandal. You gave your quarterback who's been in 2 scandals money.
He hasn't been in scandals, but he's had PED. He's been suspended for off the field. Not scandal. But he's had suspensions.
He ain't raping people.
I didn't say that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say that.
Look,
I ain't go that far.
Look, you talking about he's your leading rusher, and he's also your 3rd leading receiver at the same time. No back has done that since Marshall Faulk on a consistent basis. And Marshall Faulk did it with 2 different franchises.
He also outrushed him.
It was still a run-heavy league at the time. There's no back in the past 5 years that's getting close to 2,000. That's not in the system that said, look, we gonna run the ball. That we gonna run the ball. So Jamal Charles was the closest.
So let me ask you a question. So if you're an owner or a GM, him carrying the ball over 250 times, 250 times over the last 4 seasons, that don't bother you? Giving him that kind of money? That's a lot. That's a lot of carries.
A lot of carries.
True enough, it is. But then I'll go look at because like you said earlier, the numbers could be misleading. If them 200-something carries that he took, let's just say that. All right, let's say because we run zone a lot, we dump the ball off a lot too. So let's say out of them 200-something carries, all right, let's say 110 of those carries, he was hit by defensive backs.
Right.
Okay, well now that 200 don't look that bad. Whereas if we run, let's rewind. Right. Because he said AP. If we look at AP, and we talking about 200 carries for AP versus 200 carries for Le'Veon Bell, you look at AP number like, all right, well he got 200 carries, but out of his 200 carries, 175 have been defensive linemen and linebackers. I'm more wary of that than I am of him getting hit by these DBs and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're. I understand.
I wouldn't sell myself short.
Well,
because you say all right, he was offered $15 million a year
for the first 2 years of that deal.
For the first 2 years, $30 million guarantee out the first 2 years. All right, well fuck, I just signed a franchise tag 2 years in a row. That's just $1 million more than when I was getting out the franchise tag.
Now I want to read one of these comments. I'm gonna get back to that in a second. He said Jerome Wilson says the franchise tag is worth about $14 million. I think he should have took the deal because it's for multi years. This isn't the NBA. You're not gonna get $20 million. School St. Clair says me personally, Bell is the best back in the NFL hands down, but he's getting the Jimmy Graham treatment when the debate between receiver and tight end. But how you use him, he's a receiver running back with all these numbers. I say pay the man because he's clear the number one, he's clear top 10 players in the league, but we know he won't get what he deserves. You know, and Jerome Wilson said you cannot just look at his rushing stats. You have to look at his total yardage. I think he rushed for like 1,200 plus yards, been received for 600 yards over the past 2 years. Now the question I have is this. when you start asking yourself as a team, an organization, to pay a running back 14 plus, 15 plus, 16 plus $1 million, is he MVP candidate to you? At that position.
Yeah.
But it's not about that.
But see,
it's not about that.
To me, this is what I hate about professional football. And I understand, like
what I'm saying, because you're gonna demand something.
But that's not the part where I'm talking about. Like the best. All right, let's say G was the first owner that was successful in football. He made a business model.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody followed that business model because that's what we seen work.
Right.
And so it showed you and you could just go back. The highest paid guy on the team will always be the quarterback.
Yeah.
The second the second highest paid guy is the best, quote unquote, like the guy, like the playmaker, whether he's offense or defense. The third highest paid guy has always been the guy that's protecting the blind side of your quarterback. Everybody else just get in where they fit in. And that's the model.
It's a rotational position.
And that's the model.
It comes in pairs.
The problem is, if you watching your team, you say, man, look, all right, we special. But when he leave, we ain't got it. We ain't got it. Like talk about. Think about it like this. When the year that he got hurt and D'Angelo Williams made his resurgence, they wasn't doing teams like they doing with Le'Veon. Like they was winning, but you talking about a struggle win versus like when Le'Veon playing 9 times out of 10, man, they rolling. They rolling.
I would say this. I think that when I look at the deal, Le'Veon's gambling on himself, meaning that on the open market next year. I don't think the Steelers can franchise him next year. I think he's going to be an actual free agent. He's gambling.
It's going to be like what the Redskins did with Kirk Cousins. And look, think about that situation.
Mm-hmm.
He seen that situation. Like, yeah, true enough, that's a different position. But look, he got franchise.
He got more money.
He got franchise. He got franchise. And then everybody saying he wouldn't get such and such. And then boom, here come the Vikings. God, well, damn. Everybody saying like, look, he gonna fall in this range, and then here they come with the largest guarantee ever, for somebody.
And again, that has a lot to do with the position he plays. The difference is that every other position in football is played in pairs, besides maybe quarterback, kicker, punter, and center. Every other position in football is a pair position. There's 2 defensive ends, there's 2 tackles, 2 guards, 2 running backs, 2 receivers. The list goes on. So he's gambling on himself to say, man, I'm going to turn down $15 million this year, $15 million next year, and over this situation, the deal. When I'm looking at him saying, man, protect yourself. I would have signed the deal because if an injury happened, I don't think there's a team out there because of the age and use on the back. I'm saying to myself, man, why would a team want to risk a $15 million guy who may have, I'm not wishing any bad injury on any player. I'm just saying because of the position he plays and the amount of wear and tear he's going to have, because he is having 250-plus carries. He is getting the ball 60 and 70 receptions a game. That's a lot. You don't know what kind of hit can happen. And if a certain hit happens, he has a certain injury, you say to yourself, man, you just uninsured yourself completely because now you don't have a contract and you're sitting there holding yourself out. Now you got to come back a year and a half later or 2 years, depending on the significance of the injury, and say to yourself, man, am I still the same back?
If you're using that rationale, then our offensive linemen and the defensive linemen should never get a multi-year deal. Because that's the only position on the field that you are hitting every single play, that you get touched every single
play.
But
my rebuttal to that is, how many offensive linemen we know that plays 14, 15 plus years at a high level?
Those days are over. You know what I'm saying? You used to see.
A lot of offensive linemen play long period of time at a high level. So even though they getting hit every play, they last longer. Running backs, you can't say the same. Adrian Peterson is one of the few. In 2012, there was 7 running backs in the NFL that was making $8.5 million or more. Adrian Peterson and Chris Johnson was the only 2 making $13 million. Right. That was the most. So today, guess me how many running backs in the league making over $8 million a year?
None. Except him.
None. So that's the market. So why would the Pittsburgh Steelers throw that kind of money out there? That's the market value.
And that goes back to the example I used with you earlier. Like, you set the business model, boom, boom. That's where I go. And I understand that from a business standpoint. But when you talk about me, like, all right, let's say if I work for G, Let's say G ain't do nothing. He he just collect the money and distribute it out there. And I'm G breadwinner out there. Then it comes like, all right, G, my contract up. Look, I did this. I did this. I travel. I go. Anything you need, I do it, and I do it by myself.
Right.
And then he looking at, let's say he get on Indeed.
Right.
And he's saying like, well, everybody. I see all these other companies saying, look, they giving their person $12 an hour. Plus, however makes it rational for you easier. Then he was like, all right, look, I'm gonna give you 15. I said, oh, that's just $3. That's just $3 more than what everybody else making. I do everything for you, and you eating good. I know what you getting bringing in because I bring the money to you. All right, that's how you play. I'm gonna finish out this deal. Then I'm gonna see that's what. Cause my name, I'm known. It's not like nobody know who I am.
Right.
I'm known, so I'm gonna go out and worst that can happen, I don't get what was offered to me, and I'm like, all right.
If this was 15 years ago, Le'Veon Bell be getting paid right now.
Paid.
But it just ain't working like that. Just like the receivers, what they used to get paid, they getting paid way more than what they used to get paid now.
Right, yeah.
And it's just the way the NFL working right now. They don't appreciate the running back position, and that's the way it's gonna be. Yeah, but until which I just don't see it happening because the NFL wants a pass-happy league.
Correct.
That's what they want. They want to see numbers. They want to see points scored.
Yeah.
So running back is going to keep being underappreciated.
And that goes to my point of, in his case, you're looking at a situation where, because the league, you see more 3 wide receiver sets, more 4 wide receiver sets. You see more quarterbacks throwing for 5,000 yards than we ever seen in our life. So you've seen these passing things happen. So for a guy to turn down that kind of money, I'm saying to myself, man.
And you see a lot of running back by committee now.
By committee.
Yeah, but I'm looking at.
He'll be the only one. To your point, I'm gonna let you go ahead. For your point, he'll be the only why Chris Johnson got that money was because he had a 2,000-yard rushing yard season.
Right.
Adrian Peterson had a 2,000 rushing season. He'll be the only back that's asking that kind of money and never had over 1,400 yards rushing.
All right, but to my rebuttal,
that's a lot.
My rebuttal to you is that is if you got Chris Johnson in his prime now, and Le'Veon Bell who was in his prime.
You got Adrian Peterson in his prime?
No, I mean Le'Veon Bell who was in his prime and Chris Johnson who in his prime. Who you gonna pay more?
Well, Le'Veon Bell's a better back than Chris.
Who you gonna pay more? Who you gonna pay more?
And both of them in their prime?
Both of
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell. Not Adrian Peterson.
Not Chris.
Le'Veon Bell.
Not Chris. Because you gotta think, AP only do one thing.
Yeah. He do that one thing great.
Let's not be crazy.
But this thing.
We talking about 18, 17,
the last
16 rushing touchdowns.
The last back that you seen that do this was LaDainian Tomlinson. The difference is the league was still run heavy then, and the only receiver that they had on the Chargers team,
I ain't taking none of them with LT,
was fucking David Boston, who was
overweight,
shooting. No, he wasn't overweight. That motherfucker was ripped, but that motherfucker was shooting up more than he was drinking water.
Antonio Gates,
245 pound playing receiver.
You know what I'm saying? That boy was a DN out there running eyes. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. You talking about AP? Think about it, bro. How many backs will put up the numbers that Le'Veon putting up on a team that has Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant last year, Juju Smith-Schuster.
I can think of 2 off head. LT will put up those numbers and probably a healthy David Johnson.
Marshall Faulk in his
Marshall
prime.
Faulk.
But out of those people we had, notice you named 2 people that don't play no more. There's only 1 person in the league right now.
Yeah.
The only other person I think could do it, but it'll be more numbers on the receiving end rather than rushing, would be Kamara. The only reason why, because you talking about now what the one thing that Le'Veon can't do, you can't spin him in motion real quick, and he not that make a guy miss that type of way.
My thing is, I don't know exactly what he's asking for. Is he asking for $20+ million a season? He want quarterback money.
I don't think he.
When you turn down $15 million, G, I'm saying to myself,
I'm thinking,
what are we asking for here?
What I honestly, and this is what I believe he might have did. I could be wrong because I don't know him personally.
Right.
I believe when they said, "Look, man, all I do, I never cause trouble for you. I just come in, do my job."
Yeah.
Look, even when I showed you, even when I missed a whole training camp with you, I came in right off the back, and I still was your best offensive player. Now, I don't get the headlines that Antonio Brown and Ben get right for the show because those are the diva positions. But I still was, hey, man, we need to play. Come on, Le'Veon. We need to play.
He gonna make a play.
Come on, Le'Veon.
He gonna make a play.
Hey, look, we need to play. Look, we need to get AP open. So, look, Le'Veon, we going to run a play action real quick, and that's going to take the safeties away, and we're gonna let AP. Look, everything goes off of what we want to do with you. I think he might went and said, look, I want 18-5. And he went up there saying, look, I want 18-5, but we'll settle for 16-5 in there.
15 for the first 2 years.
No, I'm saying, look, I'm saying,
yeah,
that was
I understand your scenario.
It's just like, look, if you go to an interview, a job interview, and they say, all right, man, what you expected to make per hour, and you. You're gonna shoot a number like that, but
shoot for the stars. I'm trying to hit the cloud.
I want 27 an hour. I've been doing this for X amount of years. Boom, 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 boom. But knowing deep down inside, that motherfucker tell me 23, I'm signing so damn fast.
Yeah, but in this case, he's like that. He told you 22.
You know what I'm saying? But all right. 20, but 22 to 23 an hour to me, like, all right, that ain't nothing. You talking 15? You talking about like $2 million? It seemed like because you hit a number 2, like but you talking about after taxes and all that stuff. That's more in pocket that he bringing home. And you talking about also you don't know what he got planned for life after football.
Right.
He might not be the sportcaster type.
Right. My only argument to him is when it comes to that situation because of the position he plays. If he play quarterback, man, take your chances. He plays a position where injury can happen. And if injury can happen, you still playing on the franchise tag. You've been doing it for the past 2 years. Man, these people are looking for a reason not to pay you.
Right.
And don't give the Steelers or another organization that reason not to pay you. And that's my only thing. That's what I say somebody, I don't know who's advising him. These people are looking for a reason not to pay you. The people are looking for you to have an injury or some cases say, hey man, I want to get you back down to the Freeman number because I don't want to pay the rest of the guys like Fournette and everyone else that's coming through the ranks.
But see, that's a slap in the face. And some of the time, man, them agents be out to whoever got the last best contract. They trying to top it. And I mean,
that's how they get paid.
It's no secret that he is a way better running back than Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman is the highest paid running back in the NFL right now.
Right.
Le'Veon Bell should be getting paid more than him.
Facts.
But the thing about it is, Devontae Freeman don't have as much as wear and tear on his
body.
Right.
Like Le'Veon Bell because he has a running back committed with him and Tevin Coleman. So that's what it is. I mean, I hope Le'Veon Bell. I mean, I wish he could get paid, but as a businessman, as an owner, as a GM, I'm not giving you that kind of money because you got too much wear and tear on your body. That's just me.
I'm with you on that one. And I'm like, take the bad because you don't never know when the injury can happen. You don't know.
This my thing. Because if you, let's say you come out, you have the best statistic year you ever had. And you didn't sign that contract. Once you sign it, it's over with. And then somebody tell your agent like, hey man, you know, if he would have hit the market, we would have, like, let's just say somebody like the Texans, like, look, man, Lamar Miller ain't doing what we thought he would do. We could trade him, get this, you know, we would have gave him, you know, that 16-5 that he really wanted, because we cheap everywhere else. DeAndre Hopkins is signed to a long-term deal. Will Fuller, our next best offensive weapon, he under a rookie contract. Our franchise quarterback is under a rookie contract. We cheap everywhere else. So, you know, we would have gave it to him. And then now you like, man, so you trying to tell me I would have got what I had. Look, like I said, the worst that can happen is, well, I don't want to say what the worst because I don't want to interview. The second worst thing that can happen is they don't give you the money here, but I bet you they get damn close to what he really wants. Some team that get damn close to what he really wants. I'm like, hey, look, all right, I'm there. Because the thing is,
a team that don't got nothing to lose.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Look,
like the Colts or something.
And you said, are you somebody that's like, look, these ticket sales down.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
What can we do to get? You know what I'm saying.
The 49ers still got cap space next year.
Hey, somebody like, look, there's always a team out there. Look, money ain't an issue to them. So the number you say ain't an issue right now, because look, I could draw it to you, and you automatic, no matter what team he goes to in the league, he's instantly the best running back on the team.
The best running back in the league. That's facts.
That's the way people say that.
Well, we got to shift gears. we got to get into these top 5 safeties. Got to get into it. Last week we did offensive down, but we did tackles.
Yeah, okay.
Or tackles. This week we got to do these safeties. We got to get into the top 5 safeties in the game. And we're getting ready to, crunk down this show. We got to try to get to some Saints talk a little bit if we can get to them. But top 5 safeties in the league. Who want to kick it off? At number 5.
I'll go number 5. Number 5 to me, because I ain't gonna do like we always do the top 5. Mine is gonna be short, sweet, right to it, baby. Number 5 to me, I have to go with Kenneth Bayard out of the Titans.
Nice pick.
He plays the strong and the free for them.
Nice pick.
He's a rangy guy, a young guy too. At that, that's one thing I like about him. I see nothing but the sky's the limit for him. So that's what I got.
Yeah, Kenny Bayard is a phenomenal pick. I ain't gonna tell you no lie from that. At number 5 on my list, at the end of the day, it's not Kenny Bayard. I gotta go Landon Collins. Excellent, phenomenal play. Only because last season I saw a lot of missed tackles, a lot of plays that he could have made. He's a number 1 overall safety in the league talent. But last year I saw a lot of plays, that he just missed. He missed tackles. So right now heading to the lead this year, he comes in at number 5.
Number 5 for me, I gotta go with Harrison Smith from the Vikings. This is not your ordinary white boy.
No.
This is a super ninja white boy, and he is as athletic as they come. Ball hawk, will come up and tackle you. Has a high football IQ. Nobody really knew about it coming out of Notre Dame like that. And he is the backbone of that secondary with the Vikings. He makes that secondary go. He makes sure everybody's lined up. A very, very high, intelligent football player. Love everything about him. And I think that he's going to have a phenomenal year again. Probably get another Pro Bowl selection. Harrison Smith coming in at number 5 for me.
For me, Harrison Smith is number 4. For all the reasons that G said, to me, like he's like the ultimate back piece of what you want back there. A team, if they play a team like the Jaguars, who gonna come out too tight, heavy set, run, you got good enough corners out there that nobody's gonna outrun you in the league. You can bring him up, and he's that willing tackle. You can roll him. He can sit back there and make coverage adjustment. He has the final check, which is very unheard of in the league. Usually it's the middle linebacker who has Mike Zimmer gives him the final check for the whole defense. That's saying something special. So Harrison Smith, baby, and that dog visor, man. That dog visor, man. White boy with swag. Can't go wrong with that.
Number 4 on my list is LaMarcus Joyner out of Florida State. Now I play for the Rams. Makes great plays in that defense. He makes plays at the plays. I know they moved Mark Barron down the linebackers. They drafted him out of Florida State. He's coming in here. Ever since he came out of Florida State, continue to make plays. Now with Greg Williams down there. I know Greg was not there, but who's the DC down there? Wade Phillips. Continue to make plays each and every season. Guy deserves the franchise tag. One of their best defensive players out there. So LaMarcus Joyner comes to me at number 4.
Number 2 for me, I said number 2. Number 4 for me is Eric Berry. I think he could be 1 or 2 depending on who you're talking to, but I gotta go with 4 right now because he's coming off that injury. But I think he's gonna come back as just as good as ever, but it's still a question mark. This guy right here will come up and tackle you. This guy is a ball hawk himself. He is an ultimate competitor, and he's a winner. And he's a good guy too, and good locker room guy, good leader. One of them guys you want in your locker room, and his personality is infectious amongst the team. And I think he's going to have a fantastic year on that Chiefs defense. So I got him coming in at number 4 for me for this 2018 season.
Number 3, Landon Collins, baby. Man, he made so many positive strides every year since he's been in the league, especially coming from a saving defense where his safety and his linebackers does the best for a saving team when they transition to the NFL. Man, outside of Janoris Jenkins on that team, man, he's the first guy that you think of when you think about the Giants. And that's saying something for the team. The guy probably one of the most underrated D tackles in the league, Damon Harrison. A guy, elite pass rusher in Olivier Vernon. And and the first name that you think of when you think about the Giants is Leonard Collins. He plays the run exceptionally well. He's been doing that since high school. That's no secret right there. But he's really made strides to improve his zone coverage, and now is walking down and covering guys man to man. So, if he can, which I know he's been working hard on it, if he can master that element of the game to be able to cover a slot or a tight end from 10 to 12, where he doesn't have to walk down and get hands on it, the sky's the limit for that kid.
Right. Number 3, Harrison Smith out of Minnesota Vikings. I mean, this guy's he's made, every year he's gotten better and better and better. I think he had that one bad year when he was playing against the Packers and Aaron Rodgers was just making plays. But as that defense growing and Mike Zimmer, he's grown. And he's becoming one of their best defensive players on that team. They got a lot of good defensive players on that team, especially in that defensive line. Now you got Anthony Ball, but in that backfield back there with Xavier Rhodes. But I think he's one of their leaders back there who calling our defensive plays, who's getting everybody in position. Harrison Smith comes in as number 3.
Number 3 for me is Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins is one of those safeties that is going to be around for a long time. He started off his NFL career playing corner, and then Greg Williams felt like that he could have been, once Darren Sharper retired, that he could have been just as good as Darren Sharper. And he has showed that when he left the Saints and went to the Eagles just used him in a phenomenal role. This guy understands coverages, he understands route combinations, he understands how to read quarterbacks. One of the best film watchers you'll find in the NFL. This guy watches film all day long, student of the game, love everything about him. He'll come up and hit you too. And I think he's in for a big year. Especially coming off that Super Bowl winning season. I think they got something out. They got something to prove this year because Carson Wentz didn't win a Super Bowl technically for them. So they want to go out and show that, look, we like that and we can do it again and we want to do it for Carson. So I think, and he's been talking about that in his interviews. And they got a chip on his shoulder. And Malcolm Jenkins is one of those people that he's gonna come to work every day, ready to play, practice, game time. He's one of those kind of guys. So I got him as being the 3rd best safety in the NFL going into the 2018 season.
Why did we let him go?
They won't pay anyone to give it to Jared Bird.
Don't even remind me that contract. It's bad.
Give it to Jared Bird.
Damn, Mickey. Number 2. The cat-eye goddamn assassin, baby. Gotta give it to Eric Berry, man. Look, injuries to me don't bother this guy. Every year he has every year that he has a devastating injury, he comes back for it and he goes, you're like, God damn, I forgot he missed a whole year. This guy that came back from an ACL. This guy that came back from cancer. This guy that come back, now he's coming back off the
it's an ACL.
Yeah, I'm saying it's an
ACL.
The opposite knee. Look, when he's on the field for the Chiefs, he's the best player. Offense and defense, he's the best damn player. He's just a playmaker. He's this generation's version to me of he's the closest thing to Troy Polamalu you'll see. He's always around the ball, whether it's an interception, a timely interception. He makes for the right hit at the right time that jaws the ball loose, fumbling. And for some reason, I think he got a magnet. He got some Iron Man tech going on in his glove because the ball always seems to bounce right to him, and he picks it up on a run, and he goes. Probably the best Tennessee player since Peyton Manning. Me, Eric Berry.
Number 2 on my list is Kevin Beard of the Tennessee Titans. This guy had 8 interceptions last year. That league just got better and better and better. This kid is phenomenal. A lot of people don't hear about the Titans because, they don't have a remarkable name. They don't have any marquee players like that. But that guy goes out there, man, he's making a statement to the rest of the league. Watch out for me. I can be a very outstanding player at this position. I don't think 8 interceptions last year was a fluke. I think this guy's going to continue to make plays season after season. So I got him right now because he's a young and up-and-coming guy at number 2 on my list.
Number 2 for me is going to surprise some people. But I love this kid. I wanted the Saints to draft him coming out of college, out of Connecticut, baby. Byron Jones from the Dallas Cowboys. I love him because he's versatile. You can put him at the free. You can put him at strong. You can put him at slot. You can put him at corner. You can use him all over the goddamn field. And I love somebody that's versatile like that. I love versatility, baby. Love everything about Byron Jones. He has a vertical of like 42 inches. Man, I mean, the kid is a great athlete. And he's the heart and soul of that secondary with the Cowboys. Next to Sean Lee, he's probably the best player on that defense, even considering what DeMarcus Lawrence did last year. But I like Byron Jones, man. The way they use him, you just can't replace him with any old body.
If I'm right, he still has the NFL combine record for the highest broad jump.
Yeah. Byron Jones is in for a big year.
Athletic guy.
What are you going to his third year?
Third year.
4 year. You going to his 4 year? You want to see him now? He's a veteran out there in the secondary, and he's gonna feel a lot more comfortable than he did his first 3 years. I think you see him have a very, very high quality, impactful year in the NFL. I got him being the number 2 safety in the NFL for 2018. Ooh. Byron Jones. A lot of Cowboys fans gonna like to hear that.
Woo! Number 1. The most versatile safety in the game, baby. You talk about you like versatility. I love versatility too.
Let me hear you.
Malcolm Jenkins, baby.
Oh, Lord.
Malcolm Jenkins. You talk about versatility. The man played cornerback, switched and played safety. He plays both the free and the strong in the Eagle system. He was the most key person not named Carson Wentz in a Super Bowl run.
Right.
The guy, halfway down the season, teams say, you know what? We're not gonna beat these guys with long passes because that D-line is coming. So we're gonna start dumping it to backs. What does the genius of the DC do? He said, you know what? That's what you're gonna do? Malcolm, you're not playing outside linebacker. And you respond, and wherever side the back is, you on, and we gonna slide everything there. Eliminates things. If you go back to the Super Bowl, everybody came in talking about, man, Malcolm Jenkins is going to line up on Gronk. He going to take Gronk out the game. Then the game starts, and he lines up on James White, Deion Lewis. Wherever that back coming out the backfield, he took what New England does best away from him. It forced Brady to sit in the pocket longer for the pass rusher to keep coming. They didn't hit him early, but eventually, them fresh bodies rotating in eventually got to him. But phenomenal player. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves ever since he left the New Orleans. He was like, you know what I'm saying? You don't just let a first round pick walk away. You know what I'm saying?
Won a Super Bowl. What is he? One of the leaders in that secondary.
You know, he is way better than what people think he is, and he's proven it time and time again. And like you said, look, he don't give a damn what you ask him to do. If you ask him to be a kicker, he gonna be there first day in the morning, watching film, and gonna get out there and kick that bitch.
One of the best locker room guys you can have in the
Malcolm
league.
Jenkins.
Malcolm Jenkins.
Number 1.
And I love what he stands for.
That's facts.
Yeah.
My number 1 guy.
Plays wrong fraternity though. Facts.
My number 1 guy is Eric Berry. I just think that at the end of the day, when he's healthy, he's on the field. I don't think this guy, there isn't a safety that can really do what he can do when he's healthy on the field. You put him at free safety, he makes interceptions, makes tackles, make plays. You put him at strong, it doesn't matter with Eric Berry. When he is on the field, if I put him in anybody's defense at the safety position, he always gonna make instant impact. That's what he does. He comes out here and he just makes plays over and over and over again. Doesn't matter if you put him at strong safety, don't matter if you put him at free safety. When that guy's on the field, he's all gonna be one of the best defensive players in the league. I like that about him. Yeah, last year he had an ACL injury, but before that, you should see when he did grow. Give him fits, give him tough. Only guy could really do that by himself. So it's my number 1 safety heading into 2019, Eric Berry.
My number 1 safety gonna surprise some people. Y'all know I like to come with some surprises. And what I just said, baby, I like versatility. Eddie Joe Jackson from out of the Chicago Bears. I love this kid coming out of Alabama. I wanted the Saints to draft him too. You know why? Because this kid can play free, he can play strong, he come down and govern you in the slot. And guess what, baby? If you throw a ball his way, he'll take it for 6. He's probably the best playmaking safety out of all the safeties I named. He is a touchdown waiting to happen. He gets that ball in his hand. And guess what? He's in a return game. You put him at punt return, he's running kicks back. I love Eddie Joe Jackson, man. This kid is phenomenal. He's a hell of an athlete. And I'm telling y'all now, and the way that Bears defense is thriving right now, they up and coming.
They're up and coming now.
The Bears defense up and coming. Eddie Jackson is going to be the number 1 safety in the NFL this year. I'm not saying he's the best safety when it comes to just the whole body of work. But I think he's gonna have the best season.
End of the season.
This season right here,
End of the season.
the best season out of everybody. And a lot of people gonna say, "Well, I don't have Landon Collins in this list." Landon Collins disappointed me last year when he moved him from strong to free. He didn't make the plays that he normally makes.
Missed tackles.
It looked like he's a little overweight. He still made some plays. He had a good season.
Missed tackles.
But he wasn't the same player when they moved him to free. They needed him to be that joker at the free safety position. He couldn't do it. Eddie Jackson did that for the Bears defense, man. This guy was a hell of a playmaker. He needs to sharpen his tackling, but I think he's going to do that in year 2. Watch out for Eddie Joe Jackson, man. I love this kid. He's going to be the best free safety in football in 2018.
That's your boy? That's your boy.
Hey man, I just want to applaud the panel for not putting the kid from the Seahawks in their top 5. Hell of a job, panel. Hell of a job, panel.
Not one.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Look, his number's really gonna dip because people kept. I always told people.
Facts.
I always told people he's a hell of a player, but he's a hell of a system player. That pass rush ain't there no more.
No.
Let's see what you can do now.
Facts. One retired too.
Yeah.
We got to see what we're going to do. Want to get traded. Look. Want to get traded if they get an extension.
It's in the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
The producer put up, it's time for the wrap up. I just have to give a special shout out to New Orleans own Tony Hall, former Warren Eastern head coach, now the associate head coach at Kansas. He came down last weekend. He started the Tony Hall Foundation. And man, last weekend what he did, he brought in all the top guys that started in from New Orleans. And it's a lot. There's now college coaching. You had David Johnson down here, Mickey Joseph, Terry Joseph, Calvin McGee, who's one of the gurus at his position. Then he also brought in some guys from out of town. So a defensive coordinator from Arizona, Mr. Coach Yates, Quan Drake, who's from New Orleans. It was Hankins, the receiver coach at University of Georgia. And if you looked at what these guys make, you had I want to say you easily had $25 million on a stage for free.
Yeah, for free.
Giving out information, helping guys, giving guys information on how to get to the next level, giving guys information on how to make their players better. And the most beautiful thing I got from the whole clinic was each coach gave you their personal number, not the university number. They was giving like, oh man, look, if you really
don't call it secretary.
No, because you get the college phone, cell phone, then you always keep your regular phone because you go sign with the next college that Kansas number ain't that number. Look, these guys gave their personal numbers, personal emails. Look, coach, there's some information we need to help, and like they stuck true to their word, man. So big ups to Tony Hall, and it was like, man, it was the cream of the crop of coaches up there from the state. You had guys, you had other position coaches from college coming sitting in the crowd, just sitting there asking questions, getting information, and they was very, candid, opening, and just giving out information, man. If you wanted to learn, you missed a hell of an opportunity, and it was free. It was for free, so
can't pass up free, baby. Free is free. You can't beat that. It didn't cost you a thing. No. Before we get wrapped up, I just want to take time. I got a chance to watch the ESPYs this morning, and man, I got a chance to hear Jim Kelly speak. Man, if you get a chance to get an opportunity to sit down and watch his segment, during the ESPYs, man, it puts you in the tears. You seen him on stage and talking about Kansas and some of the things that he was doing, and his son Hunter. I don't go too much into his story, but it's very life touching. Right. You get a chance to watch. If you get a chance to watch Jim Kelly for the ESPY last night, trust me, very, very emotional about his speech. And it ain't that long. It's about 5 or 6 minutes long. When you get a chance, go check it out. Cause trust me, it's touching.
I can't wait, man. Football season is approaching. How many days away we are?
Training camp is in 10 more days. The first preseason game is.
Nah, man, you doing it wrong, man. 9 weeks away from high school. 9 weeks away from college. For NFL football, like a regular season game. Yeah. 8 weeks from college, 7 weeks for high school.
It's on and popping, man. I can't wait, man. We got a lot of talent in this Louisiana, man, area. It's a hotbed, baby. You got a lot of kids that's about to put their name on the map on the high school level. It's going to be interesting to see what LSU going to do with the quarterback position and some of the talent they got over there. I can't wait to see what Billy Napier going to do over there at UL in his first season. I'm interested to see how some of these kids from the Tri-Parish area, like Devontae and Morton and Meek Robinson, going to do in their sophomore year. I'm curious to see what Mr. Brandon Brown, who left St. Helena, what he going to do at East St. John. Right. You know what I'm saying? His first year. Just a lot of different things. I can't wait to see. Everybody want to see if Kent Carr went back to back to back. 3 times. Landry Walker coaching staff splitting up.
Shout out to Dennis, baby.
Yeah, Dennis just got hired at Sophie B. Wright. Earl Cage and Matt Brown going to the Kennedy. Powell over there by itself. Marcus Scott over here at John Everett. There's a lot of different things going on around the state. My boy Randall Legate got his first head coach job at St. Thomas Aquinas. A lot of different things going on in the state. I'm very anxious to see how it's going to all play out this season. And I'm excited, baby. I'm excited.
Football season's here, man.
He said St. Thomas Aquinas.
St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, I got to give my partner, I got to give him a shout out.
He slid that one.
Nobody gave him a chance to get that job.
Slid him in there.
Nobody gave him a chance to get that job.
I give it to him, man.
They did beat y'all last year, didn't they? Okay, that's our
Referee beat us. Yeah.
No excuses, just results.
Yeah, the results is you take away 28 points, you beat anybody.
Listen, that's our show, folks, man. Y'all tune in, FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network, each and every Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. Trust me, the best fan sports show on the internet. I'm tired of telling y'all people.
Shout out to all our fans that chimed in, baby.
Y'all have a great night.
Money, money, money.
Money, money, money. Turn down for what? Yeah. Turn down for what? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Y'all know how it's going down. Skip, chicken and watermelon on New Orleans Talk Network. Boom. Let's go.
Holla at you, man, in the app with us. And we're going to make this thing on the pop with New Orleans Talk Network. With real fans talk about real G. And not only sports, it's everyday activity and life, man.
Yo, what's up? It's Poogle Williams, 2017 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.
My name is A.K.A. Jackson, SMU commit, and you're tuning into FanView.
What was up?